right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can.
Keep your hands and keep your chin tucked. It's the one that only goes with the shadow in the front. Hope you're having a blessed night. Boots and Stanionis. I'm only streaming this fight. And I'm going to get right into it. We're going straight up. Just to start off with. Yo, Stanionis looks like, oh man, I gotta get it. I'm gonna show you what Stanionis looks like. A dude from Dragon Ball Z, bro. I swear to you, I got the picture, bro. That dude look, yo, he's jacked too. I sound weird saying another man's jacked, bro, but I mean, his six packs got six packs. That shit is weird. He's in good shape. This is gonna be a good fight. I think the way, I mean, I get it. The way that these guys have been promoting this fight, they're making it seem like, I don't know, anything could happen, but they've been talking like Boots is going to run through him. It might be, I'm going for Boots, bro. But I don't know. I feel like anytime there's a champion versus a champion, y'all got to make it seem like they're both undefeated, bro. I don't like it when they do that. They make it seem like, how can the dude is undefeated? They're both undefeated. So you're talking as if the other guy has already lost or something. I don't understand that. They were criticizing Stanionis, and I'm like, you could criticize Boots just as much, and I'm going for Boots. I'm just, be fair, man. Call it down the line. Both of these guys are undefeated. Both belts are on the line. You know what I mean? Stanionis, bro. Yo, I'm gonna show you the pitch. I'm gonna show you who Stanionis looks like, bro. Stanionis looks like the dude from Dragon Ball Z. Where's it at? Hold up. Where's it at? This dude.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask everyone who's able to please rise and remove your hats. As international
Open with.
artist from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania,
Right here.
Suzanne Christine
Open.
sings her rendition of our national anthem.
Save pictures. Oh, they're in the snapshots. I got it right here. Right here. Yeah, let me upload these, bro. Doesn't he look just like this dude, bro? He looks just like the dude from Dragon Ball Z. I swear to you. Oh, they're going through the national anthems. I'm really, yo, I know I say this all the time, but I really am excited for this fight because this fight is guaranteed action. And I'm going to explain to you why it's guaranteed action. First off, if you follow boxing, you should know stylistically, styles make fights. But it's not that. It's not that. The reason why that this fight is going to be so exciting is because Jaron and his Boots. Well, number one. Oh, what's good, bro? What you say? What up, shot easy? Hey yo, I made you a moderator, bro. But yo, I made you a moderator above a moderator, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I don't know if you make a moderator, right? You got a moderator and then you got to hire one. So basically, I know you ain't gonna do it, but basically you have more control over most people. You know, if you want to kick somebody out permanently, you can do that. Where other people with a wrench, they can only time somebody out for like 30 seconds. Like you could literally ban them and shit. So I made you a top moderator. There's only two of them. But this is gonna be a great fight, bro. And the reason why, if you look at Stanionis, right? He's about to have a kid. All right, he's about to have a kid. His wife is about to go. Listen, imagine fighting in the best fight of your life, and your wife could go in labor right now. Right now. You stop acting like you a moderator too. You a moderator too. She said, "Stop being gay." Hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's my friend right here. Yeah, so hey yo, EQ, did you know that Stanionis, his wife is about to have a kid? Imagine the pressure of that. So you got two fighters, both undefeated, both champions. One of them, the wife is about to have a kid. The other one, the other one's got mad pressure on him, mad pressure, and Boots got more pressure on him because the last couple of fights, people were caught. I'm guilty of this too. I'm guilty of this too. I was calling this dude the next Roy Jones. Well, I didn't say Roy Jones, but I was saying he was like the next big thing. And I gotta pump my brakes on that because technically I can't give somebody respect without them having all those accomplishments. But I was going off the eye test, bro. I mean, this guy's good, bro. This guy can fight lefty. This guy can fight orthodox southpaw. He's got power in both hands. This dude's got infinite stamina, and it seems like he gets stronger as the fight goes on. I mean, that's just the truth. But the one downside to Boots is he gets hit too much, bro. He gets hit too much. Now, Stanionis on the other side, he's also undefeated, but his wife is in labor. Well, not in labor. She's about to have a kid either tonight. She could have a kid right now while he's fighting. That's mad pressure. But I think he's going to use this shit as fuel. This guy's got infinite stamina. So I think you take all that together, bro. I think it's a recipe for a good fight. And they're both champions and they're both undefeated, bro. So this is gonna be a good fight. I don't understand why it's not in Philly. I'm still confused about that. But it don't matter. It's in Jersey. It's close enough. It's gonna be a good fight, man. Yeah, so look, he looks just like the dude from Dragon Ball Z. Hold up. I was looking at him yesterday and I'm like, who does this guy look like? He reminds me of something. Hold on. Screenshots right here. Right here. Stanionis. Yo, they're booing Boots, bro. Yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed that. They've been booing Boots, and this is technically his hometown. I mean, they're in Jersey, but he's been getting booed. Where's that coming from? Why are they booing him? I noticed that yesterday. What's going on? Oh, he's coming into the Undertaker music, bro. No, he didn't, bro. Yo, he took the Undertaker's music. No, this dude did not, bro.
He's coming out to the Undertaker's music, and his nickname is Mr. Catch a Body.
No, this dude didn't come out to the Undertaker music.
That's exactly what Mr. Catch a Body should be aiming for. Is the body of Stanionis. Stanionis has a high guard, which exposes the ribs. That's what he should be looking for. I think Stanionis has a soft spot for downstairs. Boots better aim for.
Look, hey, tell me he don't look like this is Stanionis. Tell me he don't look like one of the dudes from Dragon Ball Z. Looks just like the. Hold up, this shit too loud. Yo, if this dude lose after coming into the Undertaker music, bro. Hey, what's going on, Champy? Hey, I'd love to see that fight, Dexter. I love to see that fight. I've always been a Boots fan, but Virgil's dangerous, bro. That's a good fight. Bro. Virgil's dangerous though, and Virgil's at 154. If Boots loses this fight, he's going to 154. By the way, did y'all see how Boots looked yesterday? Don't let these people lie to you, bro. Don't let these sports people lie to you and all these channels, bro. That dude was dehydrated, bro. Dehydrated. And they were like, oh, he made weight easily. I don't think he made weight easily, bro. They showed him standing next to the belt, and he looked bad. He looks better today. But man, them weight cuts can kill you, bro. Who you going for, Champy? Hey, yo, EQ, who you going for? I'm going for Boots, but I don't like the way they've been talking. Like they've been talking like Stanionis is like easy work. I mean, he could be, bro. You never know. Boots, yo, this is the most important fight of Boots' career, hands down. Hands down. Like Boots reminds me of like what's like a good comparison? Because he's never really been tested, right? Think of it like an athlete out of college. Yeah, he looks good. He looks great. He looks athletic. He looks like he's, the shit. But he's about to get his first test, and is he gonna fold? Because I think they're making it seem like Stanionis is easy work. And I'm gonna tell you right now, any man that's fighting on the night of his wife being pregnant, you need to watch out for that, bro. You need to watch out for that because he could have easily said, "Nah, I'm not fighting. My wife's pregnant." Nah, he. Here we go.
12 rounds of boxing scheduled for the IBF, WBA, and Ring Magazine welterweight.
Oh, you going for Stanionis? Hey, man, you never know, bro. He's got good stamina. Yo, he looks just like a dude from Dragon Ball Z. I can't get that shit out of my head, bro. Like what's the dude's name? Yamcha? I used to watch Dragon Ball Z. He looks like one of those characters.
O'Reilly Auto Parts, Riyadh season. Visit Atlantic City and Drip. This bout is sanctioned under the auspices of the new.
Yeah, it's gonna come down if Stanionis could take his punch. Hey, the one thing I like about Boots, I'm gonna tell you this right now. He gets hit too much, in my opinion, but I've never seen a Boots fight that wasn't really that. It wasn't that exciting, except for when he fought that dude Cameron the first time. And I think that fight wasn't exciting because I don't know how, but Boots couldn't cut off the ring, which really surprised me. But if you stand there and you want to fight Boots, he's gonna fight you, and he's got power in both hands. Exciting fighter. I mean, I've been a fan of dude since day one, but I saw the flaws the last couple of fights, bro. He gets hit a lot. He tries to I feel like he's a crowd pleaser. I feel like Boots is a crowd pleaser. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that shit could get you in trouble, man. I feel like he fights for the crowd more than he fights for himself. That's good. That's exciting for us, but it's like, bro, you got to put the crowd backseat sometimes, bro. You got to let that. That's one thing I'll give to Devin Haney. He don't care about the crowd. He don't care if you booing him. He going to stick to that game plan. And then you got some fighters, it's like they feed off, like, I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, the people pay for the fight, but you need to just stick to the game plan. And I feel like Boots is like, if you catch him with a good shot, he tries to get it back the same round. It's like he's impatient. Yeah, he does look like Piccolo, right? He does. Look, oh, Frieza. Hold up. He looks like Frieza. That's who it is. Yeah. Hold up. Hold up. That's who he looks like, bro. He looks like Frieza. That's what it was. All right. How many knockouts Jaron Ennis got? I know, right? I do from the side. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know whether to be proud of that or not. I don't even know because oh, and another thing about Boots, bro. Is it me, or does Boots get more, like, it seems like he gets more energy as the fight goes on. I've never seen no shit like that, bro. I've never seen nothing like it. It seems like as the fight goes on, this dude becomes more energetic. This shit is weird, bro. That dude's in freak shape, bro. Here we go. He's gonna start off with that jab. Let me see the size of them. Here we go.
So many incredible fights have taken place in this building in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Holyfield, Foreman, Tyson, Spinks, Padlet, Taylor, Gotti, Ward, ladies and gentlemen. Dare we expect another thriller? This is for the unified welterweight championship of the world. Eimantas Stanionis and Jaron Boots Ennis. Could we see a fight of the year contender? Here we go. 12
We go, round one.
rounds between two undefeated champions.
Boots starting off with the jab. Obvious. Stanionis coming forward. Boots jabbing downstairs, upstairs, downstairs. You're going to see that shit all night. Jab again. Jab by Boots. Jab by Stanionis. Jab by Boots. Jab to the body by Boots. Jab upstairs. Jab connects to Stanionis. Jab upstairs, jab downstairs by Boots. Throwing that jab like it's automatic, bro. Automatic. Upstairs, downstairs. Again to the body. Jab by Boots. Uppercut, missed by Boots. Stanionis is coming forward with a high guard. Boots throws a right hand, blocked. Left hook by Stanionis, blocked. Boots holds him. Crowd going. I guess the crowd likes Stanionis. Okay. Ooh, uppercut by Boots. I don't know if that landed. I couldn't see. It doesn't look like it bothered him, but that was a good uppercut. Stanionis coming forward. Boots is just jabbing, bro. Jab. Right hand to the body by Stanionis. He falls off balance a little bit upstairs to the body. A shot upstairs. Stanionis blocks it. Boots jabbing again. And he's in the left hand. Stanionis catches Boots with a left hand. Boots eats the shit like it's nothing. Boots keeps jabbing. Boots switches over to the southpaw position. He can switch lefty and righty. He's now righty. Straight hand by Stanionis. Boots needs to go back to orthodox. I don't know why is he fighting southpaw. He switches southpaw again. He gets caught again by Stanionis. Good shot by Stanionis. Stanionis jabbing now. Now they're both jabbing. They're both in the middle of the ring. Nothing but jab. I mean, just a good jab by Stanionis. Jabs by Boots. Boots throws an uppercut, blocked again. Stanionis holds in the corner. I don't know why Boots switched stances. He was doing great in the other position. Still in southpaw. Boots jab upstairs, jab downstairs to the body, straight left to the body by Boots. Ooh, left hand connects by Stanionis. Boots throws a 3-punch combination, blocked by Stanionis. Stanionis is not doing much though. He's standing there, but he's not. Maybe he's trying to figure him out. It's only the first round. Combination by Boots, blocked. Boots throws another 3-punch combination. Boots got a lot of energy. Boots is in southpaw, jabbing all day. That jab is automatic, bro. That dude threw like 50 jabs, bro. That dude threw like 50 jabs. Yeah, but Boxing Magic, he's always like that, though, brother. You know that. He's always like that. Boots is constantly throwing punches. I don't really, bro, I've never seen Boots gas out. Look at him. He's standing in between rounds. The dude doesn't even take a seat, bro. That shit is amazing to me. This dude throws like 100 punches. He doesn't even sit down in rounds. He goes and he stands up and talks to his father. Dude is in magnificent shape, bro. You got to give him that, bro. He throws a lot of punches, bro. That was a good body shot. Stanionis isn't doing much. He's kind of like just trying to figure him out. I don't know why Boots switched stances, though, because to me, he was doing better. Let me lower this a little bit. Boots is in southpaw position again. He starts off southpaw. Jab. Jab upstairs. Left hand by Boots. Blocked. Left, right, blocked by Boots. Blocked by Stanionis. Body to the jab to the body by Boots. Lands. Left hand, blocked by Stanionis. Combination by Boots, blocked by Stanionis. Is Stanionis bleeding? I can't see. Is he bleeding already? No. Ooh, Boots is throwing uppercuts and right hands. Oh, Stanionis is going to start pushing the issue. Stanionis looks a little bit like what's going on here. Stanionis got a high guard, which is helping him. Ooh, uppercut, blocked. Oh, he caught Stanionis. Stanionis smiled. That means he hurt him. Good body punch by Boots. Good combination upstairs by Boots. Boots not playing with this motherfucker. A right hand lands by Boots. Stanionis going to the body. Boots throws a jab followed by a check right hook. Good jab lands by Stanionis. Jab by Boots. Man, that jab is automatic, bro. That jab is automatic. To beat Boots, bro, you got to run into a lot of jabs, brother. You got to run into a lot of jabs. Jab again by Boots. Triple jab by Boots. Follow downstairs. Uppercut by Boots. Right hand by Boots. Oh, counter left by Stanionis. Caught him while he was throwing punches. Right hand lands by Stanionis. There, not a fight. Oh, shit, the fight done broke the fuck out. Uppercut. Uppercut by Boots. Lands on Stanionis. Stanionis looks at him and smiles. Stanionis throws a right hand. He wobbled Boots. Good right hand by Stanionis. This shit is crazy. Left hand by Stanionis. Catches Boots again. Boots goes right back to the jab. Man, my heart is about to go up. I should not have drank that energy drink, bro. My anxiety is not good for this shit. Triple jab by Boots. Woo, they almost broke out. Oh, uppercut lands by Boots again. He smiles at Stanionis. Stanionis smiles right back. Bro, they were brawling for a second. Them body shots is vicious from Boots. Body shot, that body jab. And by the way, go back to my live yesterday. I talked about that body jab in my last live. I said he's going to be jabbing him to the body early. That's what Boots does. He wears that body down. Jab by Stanionis. Right hand by Boots. Blocked by Stanionis. Blocked by Stanionis. They both kind of slowed down right now. Good jab lands by Stanionis. All right. Exciting round. Bro, I want to see that replay. Boots was landing all these punches and Stanionis caught him and that's the issue with Boots, bro. That's the issue with Boots. Somebody that throws that many punches, it's just nothing but opportunities, bro. If you're throwing 100 punches, you giving me a lot of opportunities to catch you, bro. Stanionis' trainer is telling him, be patient. He's starting to get sloppy. Keep doing your jab. Let me see the replay right here. Uppercut blocked by Boots. Left hook out of nowhere. Wow, that was flush, bro. Then Boots comes back with a counter uppercut. That shit was nasty. While he was moving back, by the way. Yeah, the fight did start a little bit faster. Triple jab by Boots. Followed up right with a right hand, blocked by Stanionis. Triple jab by Boots. Ooh, straight hand catches by Stanionis. Stanionis is now throwing that jab. But like, oh, Stanionis caught Boots again by throwing the jab. Right hand lands by Stanionis. Boots fires back with a 3-punch combination blocked by Stanionis. Boots is like pity patting mixed with, I don't know, he's like pity patting and then he's throwing in fast shit, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Stanionis is not scared of this motherfucker at all. Oh, uppercut, throws by Boots, blocked by Stanionis. Throws a 3-punch combination by Boots, blocked by Stanionis again. That high guard is very hard for Boots to get around. He needs to go back to the body. Boots turning, Boots showing ring generalship, moving around the ring. Boots is still in southpaw. Yes. Hey, Magic, they just said that. They think there's a decreased output in Boots. He is slowing down a little bit. Y'all, I told you, listen, that weight cut yesterday. Oh, right here lands by Stanionis. That weight cut, he looked. Oh, Boots falls, he tripped. Yo, Boots, and these dudes were lying to everybody, saying that he looked great, he made weight great. And I'm looking at him yesterday like, no, he did not, bro. The dude looked like, I hate to say it, he looked like a Somalian, bro. Like a dude from Somalia that didn't eat for like 2 weeks, bro. Oh, triple jab by Stanionis. Uppercut. Oh, left hand throws by Boots. Catches Stanionis. Boots throws a 3-punch combination. Boots is losing snap on his punches. Is it me or is he losing snap on his punches? In this round 3. Does Boots look... Yo, does Boots look a little... I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe it's because Boxing Magic put it in my head. Maybe because he put it in my head. But Boots, his shit don't look like it's that much snap. Oh! Stanionis catches Boots with a flush jab. Knock Boots off balance. Another right hand by Stanionis. Boots is throwing uppercuts constantly, but there's not a lot of power on there. Stanionis is throwing wild hooks. Catches Boots with a left hand. Catches Boots with a right hand. Wow. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, Boots is going crazy. Boots is mad. Boots is throwing mad body punches. Both of them landed big shots, bro. Boots looks up at his father and shakes his head like, Dad, I'm okay. That's why you shouldn't fight in front of your father, bro. That shit, I know his father's heart got to be racing, bro. Good job by Boots. This is a good fight already, and it's only, what round is it? 4, 5? Good fight already. Boots is starting to showboat. Don't do that, brother. Don't do that, brother. Sticks his tongue out. Boots stuck his tongue out. Yeah. Boots got staggered that round. Go back to that replay. Oh, shit. That's the problem with my guy Boots, bro. You get hit way too much, my guy. That was a good shot. Boots' father is telling him to keep his hands up. Boots, keep his hands up. Don't showboat. Yeah, he's gonna showboat, bro. Here goes the replay. Stanionis lands a right hand. Boots is turning to the right. Boots throws an uppercut. Stanionis comes around with a left over the back of the head. Okay, that's when he fell, though, right? No, what round is that? Yo, who's doing the instant replay on here, bro? Do your job. There it goes, right there. Right hand in between the sequence of it didn't hurt Boots, but it was a clean shot. It was a clean shot. Hey, what's going on, Hawker? All right, Boots in southpaw position. Boots is throwing a jab. Uppercut. Okay, Boots looks a little bit energized now. But Stanionis is starting to put the pressure on. Okay, they gave all 3 rounds to Boots. I mean, I know, I don't know. I think left hand by Boots. Catches. Oh, good body shot by Boots. That hurt Stanionis a little bit. Backed him up a little bit. Stanionis looks like, I'm telling you, he looks like somebody out of Dragon Ball Z, bro. Good right hand by Boots. Boots is sticking out his tongue. Why does he do that, bro? He does that shit all the time. Left hand by Stanionis, blocked by Boots. Boots is pumping that jab like it's nothing, bro. That jab is automatic. Uppercut by Boots. Right hand by Boots. Blocked by Stanionis. Right hand gets through by Boots. Left hand gets through by Stanionis. Jab by Boots. Boots with a body shot. Upstairs with a right hand. Boots with a straight jab. Stanionis comes forward, lands a body shot. Stanionis lands a body shot. Wasn't really that well. Stanionis is coming forward, but he's getting sloppy. Boots is very comfortable. Oh, good right hand by Stanionis. Straight right. Right through the guard of Boots. Another shot by Stanionis right off the tip. Boots throws an uppercut. Missed. Ooh, left hand blocked by Boots. Right hand blocked by Boots. Better defense this round, Boots. Better defense. Boots comes back with a jab. Boots switches over to orthodox. Okay, he switched stances. Is he setting him up? Here he comes. He's right back in orthodox. Stop saying what I'm saying, Sergio Mora. Fuck, I should get your job. You saying everything I'm saying. Good body shot by Boots. He's right back in orthodox. Uppercut. Left uppercut by Boots. Misses. Stanionis moves over to the right. Good uppercut by Boots, and he looked at the crowd. He hit Stanionis with an uppercut and looked at the crowd. Ooh, good right hand with Boots over the guard. Boots is comfortable. Stanionis is now bleeding through the nose. Boots is getting real comfortable. Boots, you better fuck. Boots is showboating. You better chill, brother. That's how you get caught. He's showboat. He's dancing. He's dancing, he's showboating, he's sticking out his tongue, he's looking at the crowd, he's texting, he's doing everything. Boots dancing in the middle. Huh? How much did he weigh tonight? I don't know how much he weighed tonight. Do they tell us that? Hold on. How much did Boots weigh tonight? Hey, does anybody know how I can find that out? How do I know his current weight? Stanionis is a little marked up. He's got blood coming through his nose. Stanionis' trainer looks very familiar as an Asian guy. Where have I seen him before? Where have I seen that guy before? What you mean he had 36 hours to hydrate? The weigh-in was yesterday, brother. I don't understand what you're saying, Hawker. He had one day just like Stanionis. They weigh in, they got 24 hours. Okay, Boots is back in orthodox. Boots throwing a jab. Boots with a right hand blocked by Stanionis. Stanionis is just following him. That body work, I think that body work is paying off because Stanionis is hesitant. Oh, good right hand by Stanionis. Yo, Boots got better defense this fight. Better defense this fight. And Sergio saying what I'm saying, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean they get? I'm confused with what you're saying, Hawker. Stop lying to people. I did not time her out, bro. Good shot by Stanionis to the body. Upstairs. Hawker, I've never heard of a fighter getting 36 hours to rehydrate, bro. Never. Stanionis lands a 3-punch combination. Flush on Boots. Yeah, it's a ceremony. Hawker, are you trolling me, brother? You're not trolling me, are you? You don't get 36 hours to rehydrate. You get 1 day, brother. Even if it's a ceremonial weigh-in, Hawker. You wait. Look, ceremonial weigh-in. You know what that is, right? That's like if we weigh in at 12 p.m. and then let's say come on, bro. You've been watching boxing long enough. If I weigh in at 12, right? But the weigh-in is at 3. Boots with a 3-punch combination. Back Stanionis up. Stanionis is bloody. Stanionis is wobbled. Stanionis comes back with a right hand. Boots is about to fight him. Boots is like, let's go. Body shot by Boots. Uppercut, body shot by Boots. Stanionis is hurt. Stanionis is hurt. Stanionis is hurt. Stanionis is fighting, but he looks hurt, bro. He looks hurt. Boots might knock him out, bro. Boots is relaxed. Way better defense. His hands is down. Oh, Stanionis missed. He missed Boots, and Boots looked to the crowd. Good uppercut by Boots. Boots' hands is down. Yo, oh my goodness. Stanionis' mouth is filled with blood, bro. Blood everywhere. Who said Hawker? I've never heard it. Listen, Hawker, I know. Hold on, let me say something, brother. First off, I respect Steve Kim. All right. I'm not here to talk shit about Steve Kim. I actually respect the dude. He knows his boxing. I've never heard. I've never heard them have a weigh-in and then have 30. No, brother. You weigh in and then the fight is the next day. How they get 30? Oh, unless they had the weigh-in earlier than a day. That's what you're saying? You're saying they had the weigh-in really early and then they had that is possible. Okay. Now, when you put it like that, that's possible. I see what you're saying. You're saying they get weighed in really, really early on Friday, right? Have the ceremonial weigh-in later on in the day, but because they weighed in really early in the morning, that's 36. Okay, I never heard of that, but yeah, that is possible. That's possible. I thought you meant they get like an extra day. I'm like, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of fighters getting an extra day. In fact, most fighters complain, especially in the IBF. They complain because they got to weigh the next morning and they can't be over 10 pounds. So I've never heard of that before. Oh, good right hand by Stanionis. Yo, that was like Boots' best round last round. And Stanionis was actually winning that round until he got caught. And so now we're halfway in the fight, and Stanionis, bro, he's down. I don't know if I gave him one round. I think I might have gave Stanionis the third round. I might have, but even that, I don't think so. Because Boots is constantly throwing that jab upstairs, downstairs. Boots' output is ridiculous, bro. This man is like a machine, bro. His output is so high. This is why I always said he'd be a problem for Crawford. I'm not saying he beats Crawford. That's a high output, brother. That's a high fucking output. And he's not pity-patting you. He's hurting you. The only thing is with Crawford, the only reason why I always said Crawford was dangerous because he does get hit. Boots does get hit flush. But he's shown in this fight, he's got a remarkable chin, bro. Remarkable chin. And his defense is better this fight. We still got 6 rounds to go, though. But Stanionis is missing wild. He throws a left hand, completely misses the air. Boots upstairs, downstairs with the jab. Boots has been doing that all night. Upstairs, downstairs jab. Uppercut, followed by an uppercut. That hurt Stanionis a little bit, but he blocked it. And the jab is now going through the guard. It's going through the guard, and Stanionis looks confused. He looks confused. Oh, that's what you need to do. But every time Stanionis comes forward, Boots invites him. Oh, to the body. 3 punches to the body. Stanionis backs up. Stanionis is hurt. Uppercut. Stanionis is hurt. He goes down. Stanionis is down. He's down. Boots is going to knock him out, bro. Boots is going to knock, bro. This is not going to end well for him, bro. It's only the 6th round, bro. And his wife is going to have a kid, bro. They better think about this shit. Oh, good right hand by Boots. Oh, good left hand by Stanionis. Catches Boots, but Boots eats the shit. Boots going upstairs and downstairs with a jab. Boots is confident as fuck. He's stalking him. He's looking at him. He's laughing. Oh, right hand over the guard by Boots. Left hand by Stanionis. It doesn't hurt Boots. Oh, he catches Boots with a right hand. Boots catches him back with a right hand. Stanionis is hurt. Stanionis stops and stares at. Oh, Stanionis stops and stares at Boots like you didn't hurt me. Hey, listen, bro. If you are the trainer of Stanionis, bro, you really need to start thinking about this, bro. You need to start thinking about this, bro. He could live to fight another day, bro. That's all I'm saying. You can't be taking shots like that from Boots all fight, bro. Oh, the trainer is whispering in his ear. Oh, the trainer might stop it. That's a good trainer. Good trainer. The trainer hugged Stanionis, and he's saying, brother, he stopped it. He stopped it. That's a good trainer, bro. That's a good trainer, bro. Yo, thank you, bro. For once, we got a good cornerman, bro. He stopped him, bro, because he was going to take a beating, bro. He was going to take a beating, bro. Hey, man, hold your head up, bro. Hold your head up, man. Yo, that was probably the best version of Boots I've seen, bro. Best version I've seen of Boots, bro. Yeah, Boots look fantastic, bro. Look fantastic. Oh, hell, nah. Hold up, Sergio, hold up. Nah. You see, that's the shit I'm talking about. That's the shit I'm talking about. Did you hear what Sergio just said? This the shit I'm talking. All right, pump your brakes, brother. I'm a Boots fan. Pump your brakes. Sergio just said, we know he's the best at 140. He might even be the best at 154. He's never fought at 154. At 154 is filled with killers. Are you out of your fucking mind? You're just going to automatically say Boots beats all these guys. Get the fuck out of here. I'm a Boots fan, bro. You're out of your mind. Slow the fuck down, bro. This is the problem with some of these sports announcers, bro. All right, yeah, I'm a Boots fan. That was a dominating win. The first thing you say is I don't know if he could beat everybody at 154. Yeah, you definitely don't know. None of us know because he's never fought at 154, and you're out your mind. I don't got Boots beating everybody at 154. That's a crazy ass division, bro. Killers in that division, bro. Hey, man, I like Stanionis' trainer, bro. Congratulations to his trainer, bro. His trainer saw he was going to get hurt. He went back to the corner. His trainer gave him a hug and was like, bro, come on, man. You know, you about to have a kid. Your wife is pregnant. I ain't going to let this go on, bro. And what's crazy is, what's crazy is there are certain trainers out there that would have let that shit continue. They would have let that man get beat the fuck up for another 6 rounds. There's certain trainers out there that would have been like, they would have acted like nothing just happened. They would have told him, hey, man, just, no, bro, when your fighter's getting beat up like that, that's your job, bro. That's your job. You get paid to save the fighter from himself. He's not going to be like most fighters. Most fighters aren't going to be like, I quit, bro. That's your job to tell him, hey, brother, let me stop it. All right, I know you want to go out. This whole go out on your shield shit, yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good to you later on in your 50s and 60s, and you can't fucking speak, bro, because you've had so many concussions. It sounds good. Protect your fighter, bro. What's going on, Swag? Yo, Boots look remarkable, bro. Boots look remarkable, bro. Hey, man, hey, let me tell you, bro. If Boots gets better and better and better, you know what makes this dude such a fucking anomaly to me? You know what makes him such an anomaly to me? Oh, yeah, Stanionis was going to keep going, bro. You already know that. Stanionis was going to keep, if his cornerman did not stop the fight, Stanionis was going to get beat the fuck up. He wasn't going to quit, bro. And first off, let me say this, bro. What man in his right mind is going to quit when his wife is pregnant? They're about to have a kid. His fucking pride is like this right now, bro. If his pride is right here, his pride is like this. You're going to have to shoot that man. You have to kill that man, bro. So his trainer saw that. His trainer was like, nah, I got to stop this shit because he ain't going to quit. Most trainers a lot of trainers today would have let that shit go on, bro. That man was going to get hurt bad. Them body shots out the gate, bro. Hey, Swag, you was in my live yesterday, right? Who was here in my live yesterday? I said from the gate, he's going to do the jab upstairs, jab to the body. That jab to the body is like a shotgun, bro. And that shit breaks your body down. People looking at it, and I know in their mind, they're like, oh, it's just a jab. You don't understand, bro. Boots is powerful. And Boots throws up. He throws he does this shit all the time. He'll throw a hard jab upstairs, and then he'll throw like like 2 light jabs, and then throw like a shotgun jab to your stomach. It doesn't look like anything, but you could hear it, bro. That shit hurts. Let's see who he calls out. Brian Norman Jr., bro. I'd love to see that shit, bro. Brian Norman Jr., I'd love to see that shit. Who y'all think wins, bro? Brian Norman Jr. had probably one of the best knockouts I've seen in a long time. This dude literally posed over somebody, bro. That's a good-ass fight, him and Brian Norman. I'm going for Boots, though. Yeah, he was game, bro. He was game. What? Oh, Swag, stop it. No, bro, stop it, bro. No. You trolling, bro. What you mean? What you mean? Boots didn't prove nothing. Now we can't keep doing this to people, bro. No, come on, brother. We can't keep doing this to fighters, man. We do this shit all the time. You know what I noticed? I'm not getting on you, bro. I'm not getting on you, bro. You know I fuck with you, bro. And I it don't matter, bro. You can say whatever you want here, but you know we are the worst fans, right? Americans, we are the worst fans, bro. We're so quick to kick somebody when they're down. We're so quick to label someone an all-time great without doing nothing. We are the worst fans, bro. And then we say we support fighters and we won't even like buy tickets and shit. We are. I admit it, bro. We are horrible fans, bro. UK loves their fighters. Mexico loves their fighters. Puerto Rico, even though it's part of America, they love their fighters. Like we just treat our fighters like crap. You know what's crazy, yo? You know what would have happened if Boots would have lost? You know, Swallow, what would have happened? You know what would have happened? The whole boxing community would have been like, man, I told you Boots was overhyped. A bunch of nothing. A bunch of 30. He fought a bunch of 30 guys with nothing, no records, nothing. That's what they would have been saying. You know what I mean? And most of them are Errol Spence and Crawford fans, and I don't understand that either. That's another thing that confuses me. Let me hear what Boots is saying before I continue. I want to hear Brian Norman Jr., bro. All right? That's who I want to see you fight.
How much of that did you bring into the ring tonight? I definitely brought some in here with me. You know,
yeah, bro, I fuck with Boots, bro. And Virgil's one of my favorite. If you've watched this channel, Virgil's one of my favorite fighters, and I've always wanted that fight. And that's a hard fight for me because I love both of them, bro. So it's hard for me. It's one of those fights where I don't know who to pick. Brian Norman Jr.
We'll see. You know, like I said, we'll see. Let me enjoy this victory. You know, chill my family.
Boots is smart. Boots is smart. Hey, shout out to no, you know what? Let me start by saying this, bro. Boots impressed me in every way, shape, or form tonight. He even impressed me. He even impressed me after the fight with the shit that he says. Because normally, Boots, the last two fights he had bad performance. In my opinion, as a fan, he had bad performances, okay? Bad performances. And before anyone says anything, I know he won those fights. But when I like a fighter, I criticize them to a fault. And I've always been like that. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like if I like you, I'm going to point out all your flaws. It's just how I am. So like there's a lot of people who look at my channel and it's happened before. They put in the comments, man, you a Teofimo Lopez fucking hater. And I'm like, are you out of your mind, bro? It's like one of my favorite fighters. I just criticize him because I expect more out of him. That's all. I expect a lot more out of him. And the same goes with Boots, bro. I expect a lot more out of him. Thank you, Swag, man. Hey, I appreciate you for always being here, man. Every time you're here, brother, is good company, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, brother. Boots surprised me today. Not only, I'm gonna tell you what it like. Who said? Swag, it was you, right? Hold on. Right, it was you. For me, Boots didn't prove nothing. I need Norman Jr., Murder, and Virgil Ortiz. Okay. I'm with you, right? But he did show me a lot today. And I know people, I'm going to tell you what people are going to say on both sides. And I've been in this community long enough. And the crazy thing is, I think people look at my subscriber count and make it look like he doesn't know what he's talking about. And that, I don't understand where that comes from. But at the end of the day, before I even get into what I'm going to say, let me address that. You guys are very knowledgeable and help me out all the time. So don't fall into the fucking, there's this stereotype. There's a stereotype that's going around. I don't know who's, a lot of these dudes think this. And I know for a fact, these dudes look at their subscriber count, and I think that they think that equates to knowledge. So they think, I got 20,000 subscribers, therefore I know more than you. No, that's not how this shit works, bro. There's people that don't have channels that are very knowledgeable in boxing. There are people that come to my channel that every time I forget something or I'm stuck, they fire the answer in the fucking comment section. Just because you don't have a channel, bro, doesn't mean you're not knowledgeable. And this whole, like, you've never thrown a punch in your life shit gotta stop. All right. I can't stand it when a dude goes to Gold Gym. He's got a Gold's Gym membership, and because he puts on gloves and hits the bag twice a month, all of a sudden his knowledge is waste. Get the fuck out of here with that, bro. Stop. I know people that's never put football pads on in their life and could tell you who got drafted, the salary cap for the team and everything. So let's stop that shit. But going back to Boots, man. Boots showed me a lot today. And before I talk about what he showed me, bro, Boots is a problem. Boots is a problem. And I'm not just saying that because I like him. I'm saying that because the man has an iron chin, right? One of his biggest criticisms that people have is that he gets hit a lot, right? But he doesn't seem to get hurt, not yet. Today, his defense was a lot better. Was it not? His defense was a lot better. He did get hit with some crisp shots, okay? He did, but his defense was a lot better. Number two, Boots is a very good body puncher. And from the moment the bell rings, he's throwing a jab upstairs and downstairs, and he's wearing your body down. So now you got to worry about, okay, so he's got power. He could switch stances, right? He could fight orthodox, he could fight southpaw. So now you got a guy that could switch stances on you. He's got power in both hands. The motherfucker doesn't sit down in between rounds, bro. He's got so much stamina that when the bell rings, imagine how that is. You're his opponent, bro. I want you to imagine this. You're tired. You just got done with a grueling ass round. You're tired as hell. You get back, you sit down on your stool, and your trainer comes around and you look forward and this dude is just standing, bro. He's standing. He's just chilling on the ropes talking to his father. Do you know how defeating that is? Meanwhile, your ass is gasping trying to get water. So he's got good stamina. He can fight orthodox. He can fight southpaw. He's got power in both hands. He throws a lot of jabs. Not only does he throw a lot of jabs, but these aren't your pity pat jabs. These are power jabs, especially the jab downstairs to the body. I spoke about that yesterday. I said, yo, if he starts from the first bell going downstairs to the body with a jab, it's going to be a long night for Stanionis. And it was going to be a long night for Stanionis. So he's got a shotgun jab. He can switch stances. He's got a lot of stamina. He's big for the division. He's got a good chin. He's a problem, okay? The man is a problem. I still see flaws in him. He's a human being. He still gets hit flush clean. And I agree with you with this, Swa. I agree with you with this. I understand what you're saying because I know for a fact what most people are thinking. Most people, especially like pugilists and people that watch boxing a lot, in their head, they're thinking this. Well, Boots does get hit, right? Boots does get hit. So what happens if he gets hit by Crawford like that? What happens if he gets hit by Bachram like that? If he moved up, right? Even at 147, Brian Norman Jr., bro. Brian Norman Jr. This guy, did you notice how Boots didn't jump on that right away? This is the only guy left with a belt in the division, bro. He's the only one left. This is the only guy with the only belt left. The only thing coming out of Boots' mouth should be, I want that. But he was very cautious. He said, I'm going to talk to my team. So he's he's improved, bro, in all aspects, bro. He took the criticism that everybody was giving him. He came in shape, better defense. He stopped Stanionis, all right? And he also didn't make the mistake by running his mouth like he did last time. Last time, he had a bad performance, and he ran his mouth and said, instead of just saying, hey, man, you know, I fucked up, right? What did he do? He said, oh, man, this ain't the weight class for me, bro. I think I need to move up to 154. And as soon as he said that, Virgil Ortiz was like, oh, yeah? Really? Okay, I'm open. I got it. Like, and then you saw what happened. Boots said no. And they brought that up today, by the way. They brought that up. Right before he went into the ring, they said that you know, they felt like Boots made a mistake, you know, because he had a bad performance, and then he says, well, I had a bad performance because this is in my weight class. That's what he insinuated. And the moment he said, I think I should go to 154, you got Virgil Ortiz like, all right, so what's up, motherfucker, right? And I'm telling you right now, I want Boots to go here. Join this party, bro. There's a party at 154. I mean, Boots, bro. Just go up there, bro. Brian Norman, go up there too, bro. By far, the best division in boxing is the 154-pound division. You want to see action, bro? You could take, if each one of these fighters was a deck of cards, let's say, I don't know, Lubin is an ace and Crawford is a king, whatever. You shuffle it. You shuffle these cards around. I don't care what lands, bro. All these fights are great. Even Bakram, who's lost his last 2 fights, is dangerous. But getting back to Boots, bro, Boots did exceptionally well today, bro. Exceptionally well. And you know, and a lot of people during the whole Crawford and Boots thing, when that shit was going on, right? I'm gonna say this. I don't think none of these guys are scared of none of these guys. Okay? I don't think nobody's scared of nobody. I always equate boxing to these guys getting in the ring is like them. It's like a person going to their job and clocking in. You know, like the old fashioned punch time card. That's how I look at most of these guys. Most of these guys, this shit is nothing, bro. In fact, most fighters will tell you, even in the UFC as well, what do they tell you? What's the hardest part? Making weight. Most fighters are scared of the weight cut than they are the fight because it's so grueling. And I was just watching the UFC last night with them cutting weight behind the scenes. And one of the guys, the first thing he said is, bro, I ain't scared of the fight, bro. I'm scared of cutting weight. It's so uncomfortable. So what this team does, right? They know he's so uncomfortable because he's constantly not drinking water. He's sweating out all this shit. He's uncomfortable. Plus, it's very unhealthy. People have died cutting weight. People have collapsed cutting weight. So what his team does is they're smart. They get the hotel. What's the guy's name again? He's a Mexican fighter, but he goes to the hotel. They bring like a little portable sauna, right? They put him in the portable sauna, and what they do is they have like a little karaoke game night. They just start cracking jokes and shit so that to take his mind off it. That's how much he hates cutting weight. That they literally got to plan a party so he can forget. Oh shit, I'm in a sauna, and the shit works. But most fighters will tell you cutting weight is the worst thing. Fighting someone, that shit is nothing. I never thought Crawford was scared of Boots. I never thought Canelo was scared of David. However, I do think fighters think like this. You get the work. You got to clean out this fucking area, right? That's a lot of shit over there, bro. That's a lot of shit. Or I could just clean multiple rooms. I can clean this one, big ass room, clutter and everything. Or I could clean 3 rooms that's not as messy. And I think that's how they look at it. Like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. Does that make sense to you? Like Crawford and Boots. I'm pretty sure Crawford looked at Boots and said, I'm not scared of him. I think I could beat him. But I don't want to deal with this at this point in my career. I just want to make good money. And I don't blame him. He's earned that. That's why he's going to try to fight Canelo. People criticize my guy Teofimo Lopez, right? But you know what I like about Teofimo Lopez? Some people don't agree with it, but do you know what I like about him? Now, he hasn't been doing it a lot lately. But Tio used to be like, he beats a couple of people and he goes straight for the top dude. Some people are like, yeah, you're cutting in line or whatever. I mean, like, I'm talking about the Devin Haney tournament, the WBC tournament. But he went straight for Loma, right? Lost to Cambosis, went to 140, knew because he lost his belt, he can't challenge Josh Taylor, the man at 140 right away. He knows that, right? So I forgot who he fought. Who did he fight in his first debut at 140? But didn't look great, right? Then beat, what's his name? The dude that just lost. Yeah, I say that all the time, brother. Tio in the ring, I rock with. I say that all the time. Tio in the ring, I rock with. Yo, you go back to my channel. Listen, you go back to a couple, like, I've been doing this for like 2 or 3 years, right? You go back to my old videos from when I first started. And I would say the same thing every live. I didn't know what to say, bro. I just started a channel. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Nothing, bro. But I'd always start off like this. I'd be like, hey, it's Shadow Ghost and my favorite fighters are Teofimo Lopez Boots and I think it was Chris Colbert and Inoue, and I'd say that every video. But anyway, I'm saying that because I like Boots, bro. Oh, and Virgil Ortiz. I like Boots. I like Virgil, but I criticize them because I feel like I criticize the people that I like the most, right? Tio, like you said, I rock with him in the ring. But I don't like a lot of the cornball shit he does, bro. And I feel like as a person that supports you, it's just me. I feel like if I don't speak out against it, right? People, and I don't have to, but I feel like people will look at me like, well, that's your guy. You rock with him. Yeah, I rock with him in the ring. All the other goofy shit, I don't agree with, bro. So I speak out against it. But in the ring, Tio all day. In the ring, Boots all day. Virgil all day. That's going to be a hard fight for me if they ever fight. Virgil and Boots, that's one of those fights where I'm like, damn, bro. I want to see it. I don't know who I'm going to pick. And I'm going to be honest with you, Swa. A long time ago, I used to say Boots dominates Virgil. I still think, brother, I know you're going to think I'm crazy. And like I said, it's just an opinion. I still think Virgil beats Boots just by a little bit. Just by a little bit. Boots gets hit clean. He's got to fix that. The issue with Boots, bro, the flaws that he has, when he gets hit clean. It's like he don't get hit pity pat. Like he gets hit flush, bro. But he's in such good shape. He just eats the shit. But you can't keep doing that with everybody, bro. You can't. Brian Norman Jr., bro, you know, that's another thing. A lot of people shit on this kid, and I understand why they don't give him the prop because his resume is not that great. But once again, neither was Boots' resume. Come on, bro. Let's not act like before all this. His best fights was Lipinets and an old ass what's his name? One of the fights he had, it didn't even go past the first round because there was a cut. And then he fought like what's his name? The veteran dude. He used to be really good. He starched him in one round, right? But let's not act like Boots' resume isn't stellar either. They're showing the replay. That jab upstairs and jab to the body is dangerous. I spoke about that yesterday. That's why he's going to be so hard to beat, bro. If this dude starts off, I don't care who he's fighting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He throws his jab is like a shotgun, bro. And he mixes it up. And he could switch stances, so it's fucking even worse, bro. It's even worse. He could switch stances, so he throws these jabs and they're shotgun jabs, but in the middle he throws like little pity pats. And then what he does is he loves going pity pat, straight shotgun jab downstairs to the body. And when you look at it, you're like, that shit don't even look like it did nothing. Oh yeah, that shit hurts, bro. That shit hurts, bro. After the 4th, 5th round, you saw Stanionis like those body shots was fucking with him, bro. Them body shots was fucking with him. And then he was able to throw uppercuts as he's going backwards. Boots is a problem, bro. I've always said that. I just feel like he does get hit a little bit flush. But going back to Brian Norman Jr., like a lot of people shit on the kid, right? But you're shitting on the kid for the same reason that when I say y'all, I'm talking about the certain people that have been saying it, okay? But the same people that criticize Boots say the same thing about Brian Norman. Well, look at his record. He's fighting guys with sometimes, he's got as many losses as he does wins. And yeah, okay, bro, but you got to start somewhere. Let's not forget Floyd Mayweather. Go look back at Floyd Mayweather's fights, bro. Go back to Canelo's first couple of fights. We don't know who they are. Let's stop acting like everybody just fucking got the boxing and was like, all right, mandatory. That's not how it works, and you know that. The issue becomes when you keep fighting that type of low-level opposition, and now you getting into 15 wins, 16 wins. Then people are like, okay, bro, we got you. You could starch these guys. When are you going to step up in competition? But sometimes it's not as easy as that. Since y'all always want to throw the business in our face, right? You know it's not always like that, especially if you're not popular, you're not selling, and it's hard to sell in a time full of fire sticks, bro. It's not easy. So I think a lot of that shit plays a part of it. Going back to Brian Norman Jr., that kid is a problem too. Okay? I don't think Barrios, y'all can say what you want, but I don't think Barrios is really a threat. Barrios has redeemed his career. But as far as like the champions, like the ones up at 147, it is only Boots and this guy right here. And the issue is this kid, he loves to walk forward, bro. He loves to walk forward and bang it out. And Boots, that's like Boots loves that shit. You remember when what press conference was it? Somebody brought up to Boots, right? I loved his response. They brought up either Virgil Ortiz or they brought up Brian Norman Jr., right? And I remember, I got to find it, but I remember the guy saying, hey, Boots, this guy, we want to see y'all fight, but like we could just imagine it'll be a good fight. I mean, he loves to come forward. He loves to bang it out. And Boots is like, shit, that's my type of fight. If I know it's gonna be like that, shit, that's what I want. It's like he's almost like he's inviting that. It's like, Tito Trinidad would love it when you stand and bang with him because he's like, you just giving me more opportunities to catch you, bro. And Boots and Brian Norman is like that. And Brian Norman's got a good chin. He's been dropped a couple times, right? Hasn't Brian Norman Jr. been dropped a couple times? But every time he's got up, he stopped the other guy. But let's just say, even without this fight, Boots is a huge ass welterweight. The man is huge. So it's only a matter of time. Another fight or two, and he's up and he's moving right up with these guys, bro. The most exciting division in boxing, 154. All nothing but killers to me, bro. Boots improved on a lot of shit today. And I know people are still going to hate on him, but he did what he had to do with somebody in front of him. And I salute Stanionis' trainer, bro. What is his trainer's name, by the way? What is that Asian guy's name? That is a good trainer, bro. That is a good trainer that cares about his fighter. He saw when Stanionis got back to the corner, the first thing he did, I knew he was going to stop it. He hugged him. And he started saying, like, bro, I know you don't want to, I know you don't want to quit, bro. And I already know what was on the trainer's mind. The first thing that was on my mind and your mind. Damn, man, his wife is pregnant. She about to have a kid. Nah, man, he's about to get beat up bad. Let him. You know what I mean? And by the way, bro, you can always come back from losses, bro. This whole, you know, I Barrios is on borrowed time, bro. He's on borrowed time. He's just keeping that belt warm, bro. For Brian Norman or Boots. For Brian Norman or Boots. I love the fact, you know, I go back to Crawford because, you know, I think, believe it or not, I think Crawford is one of the most, I feel like people try to discredit Crawford's career. And I've seen it for a long time. I feel like people discredit the man's career. And I just, that type of shit kind of disgusts me at times. I don't know why people do that, because even if I don't like you, right? Even if let's say I don't like you as a person. I'm not saying I don't like Crawford. I'm saying, let's say I don't like the fighter, right? To me, that doesn't matter at all. The accomplishments, bro. It's like, I'm not going to take, like, whether I like you or not, if I feel like you're a Hall of Famer, I'm going to be like, bro, you a Hall of Famer. But I feel like Crawford gets unnecessary judgment for shit that I don't think he could control. But going back to him in Boots, right? I am a firm believer, bro, that he looked at Boots and was like, there's really nothing in it for me but a hard fight. There's nothing in it for me but a hard fight. I mean, because it's like, and I'm not saying he wouldn't have beat him. I'm saying in his mind, he's like, bro, he doesn't sell, right? He's not a big name. I'm on the tail end of my career, right? What Crawford is smart. In his head, he's like, what? I'm gonna fight him. Why? Because these motherfuckers on the internet are gonna say, you ducked, you're a pussy, right? Right? That's where I think Crawford is so smart, because it's like, he knows. So what? A couple people are going to say, oh, your run at 140 was weak. Oh, yeah, the resumes. I've even, you know, criticized his resume at 140. But the same thing goes with, like, Canelo. You can't, like, bro, all you can do is get there and take care of the division. Like, your job ain't to sit there and be like, well, I don't know if this champion is is up to my standard when I beat him, because I don't want people on YouTube and outside to say, Shadow beat up on a nobody. Man, fuck that, man. I get here, you're a champion, I'm running right through your ass. It is what it is. And I feel like people, they try to shit on Crawford's career. But going back to Crawford, I really do believe that he looked at Boots and was like, well, I'm not scared of him, but he's not going to sell. I ain't going to make a lot of money. I'm on the tail end of my career, and it's a hard fight. He's a young kid. He's, he's undefeated. He's powerful. And I feel like he was like, fuck it. No, I don't want that. To me, that's not a duck. I know at once I did call it a duck. I did. But the more I look at it, I don't think so. Now, when I put my mind with what he was trying to do, the man's like on the tail end of his career. If you want him to fight someone like Boots, then pay. I guarantee you put a couple of zeros on the end of that shit, Crawford to fight Boots. Back then. But Boots is big. Boots really impressed me, bro. I love Boots, man. And I just think he still gets hit a little bit too clean. But it's just part of his style. He's going to get hit. Yeah, the trainer, bro. Hey, that is a good trainer, bro. You could tell that trainer, hey, look, man, when you know your fighter too. When Stanionis got up, look, hey, what's going on, Shelton? Yeah, when he's motivated. Yes, sir, brother. Right? When he's motivated, I don't think we have one. The closest we have is Brian Norman Jr. And you know what, Shelton? Thank you, brother. That's coming a lot from you, because I know you're a Crawford fan, right? Like, people see it, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Whether you like the man or not, the man's a problem, bro. All right? Fuck out of here. Whether you're a Crawford fan, Spence fan, the man's a problem. The man he throws outrageous amount of jabs at your ass, and they're powerful. These aren't light jabs, bro. These are power jabs. He's tearing your body to fuck up. He could switch lefty, he could switch righty, and he could fight going backwards. When you pressure him, he moves to the side and throws these uppercuts out of nowhere. Then he goes downstairs to the body. Then he goes right back upstairs. Then on top of that, with the little cherry on top, when the round ends and your ass is huffing and puffing, you go sit down on a damn stool. You look up, he's not even sitting. He's just chilling like, yeah, what up, Pops? Like, come on, bro. The man's a fucking problem. Give the man credit, bro. This shit is crazy. Shit is crazy, bro. I don't know about the I don't know about the showboating. I don't know. I've never been a big showboating type of hot. Is this Stanionis' first child? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. And that's why I'm glad they stopped the fight. I'm glad they stopped the fight. There was no, I do not, I'm telling you, bro, imagine you as a fighter in the ring and your wife is you're about to have a kid. Now you knew that the fight, like, come on, bro, there's a thing called a due date. Now, even though they're not always accurate, right? You know, when a person gets pregnant, whether it's a premature birth or whatever, you got to do a due date. At the end of the day, there's no way on earth he didn't know that this fight was going to coincide with the birth of his child. He knew that. And that was the big question mark I had going into this. I'm like, you know, it's either going to bother him or he's going to use it as motivation. But I'll tell you this right now. A fighter that's undefeated, never lost, and is about to have a kid, you think that man was going to quit? Fuck no. He would have died in there, bro. Good thing that trainer stopped it, bro. And what's sad is there are trainers we currently have in the sport right now that would have let that shit rock. They would have act like they didn't see that. They would have been like, let's get right back to the game plan. Me personally, as a person that's been watching boxing a long time, I feel like you should give your fighter an opportunity, right? I'm not saying that you stop the fight the moment he gets hurt. What I am saying is this, bro. You make a good judgment call. Okay, he's never been dropped before, and he's never been getting beat up like that before. He was getting steamrolled, right? Yeah, he caught Boots here and there. He did catch Boots a couple times. What round was it where he caught Boots with like a check left hook or a check right hook? I forgot what it was. I think it was round 3. I think round 3 was the closest round that I might have gave to him, right? The man never was getting beat up like that before, right? And then you see him get dropped. You as a trainer, you make that decision right then and there. Like, he knew, bro. He knew. When he got back to the corner, he was like, he hugged him. And I don't know what he was saying, but I can guarantee you what he was saying. He was like, bro, come on, bro. You about to have a kid? Let's just, bro, we'll live to fight another day. And that is a good trainer, bro. That is a good trainer. This whole, like, let me die. No, man, let me die. How does that sound? No, man, don't stop the fight. If I'm dying, just let me die. Yeah, come on, man. Then that's why some of these dudes can't talk right now. What was it the other day? It happens all the time, by the way. You guys know this. Hold on. It happens all the time. Where's it at? Hold on. It happens all the damn time. By the way, he does look like Frieza, bro. Frieza got beat up. Take that out. Take that out. Where is it at? Right here. And it happens all the time, and we just don't talk about it. You know, this guy. This guy died. Unfortunately, this guy died back in March. What was it? March 20 something, I think he died. And you know what's crazy about him dying, bro? This man died and he wasn't even getting beat up. And I'm pretty sure what happened to him. It's the cutting weight. So that guy died, and like he was winning the fight. If you read about it, he was winning the fight. He wasn't even losing. And it was round 3. In fact, he was throwing a combination and beating up the guy, and then he just fell backwards, right? Even the opponent was like, what's going on here? And they tried to resuscitate him, and they couldn't. And he died. And it's probably from cutting weight. And I'm telling you right now, cutting weight is so dangerous. You throw that in there with you rehydrating, okay? You are literally killing yourself, and then in 24 hours you replenish yourself. And then you jump in the ring and you get punched in the head and in the kidneys and the liver. Bro, it's a brutal ass sport, bro. I'm glad they stopped that fight with Stanionis. You know what they could do? If they don't fight Barrios, let Stanionis get a bounce back fight, and I don't know, put him in the ring with Barrios. The only thing I'll say about this whole Turk thing, right? I feel like since he's been here, it is easier for fighters to fight each other. This whole like you on the other side of the street, you in another promotion. He makes it really easy. It don't matter you in the WBC, the IBF, the WBO, the WBA. It don't matter where you from, right? He's going to pay for it. All you got to do is bring your fighter. You get your cut. You get your cut. I pay this guy. I'll even put the arena. I'll even put your hotel up. I'll pay for everything. I'll pay for the snacks too. I mean, that's literally what he's doing. He's not making any money on this, right? But that makes it easier for us to get fights that we normally wouldn't get. The only issue is some of the fights he makes is just low-key weird. I want to see Tank and anyway. And, he just makes up shit. Like, he was the one that was like the Crawford and Canelo thing. He's a major factor in that. You Crawford fans know. Go back to the interview with Crawford a couple years ago. They asked him about Canelo. And he's like, he literally looked at the guy like, why would you even ask me about fighting Canelo? Why? The man, he's like 20-something pounds heavier than me. There's weight divisions for a reason. Now look at him. They're about to fight in September or November. There was the one, where's the guy at? Hold on one second. They had Jason Williams. They had brought him up when this guy died, bro. Let me see. Paul Bamba. What do you mean? People change their minds every day. Yeah. We call them flip-floppers. Yeah, we call them flip-floppers. But if you're talking about Crawford, yeah, the money's got a lot to do with that, bro. Yeah. He could change his mind all he wants. Jason, you could change your mind all you want. But you know what, though? People are going to remember what you say also. It is what it is. It is what it is. I see it so much. I see it, especially on YouTube, right? All of us can do it, Jason. All of us can do it. Right now, if you wanted to, right now, you could make a video showing all the times Teofimo Lopez said this and then he said that, right? Oh, man, I'm pretty sure you could make up maybe 30 minutes long, bro, of Teo saying one thing, the next day saying another. I could do it with Devin. I could do it with Crawford. I could do it with Canelo. I could do it with Bivol. I could do it with David Benavidez. I could do it with every fucking fighter. I can make everyone look like a flip-flopper. Because things change, right? Things change. The only difference with the Crawford thing is, well, no, not every time you change your mind is growth, brother. Not every time you change your mind is growth. You have the right to change your mind, okay? The reality is, Crawford didn't change his mind because he just came out of nowhere and said, you know what? I think I could beat Canelo. That's not why, and you know that. It's this, brother. And I don't blame him, but it's this. It's this. Because when they asked him the first time, years ago, they said it would be a mega fight, meaning money. And I think at that time, he's looking at it like, he's like, Canelo, this weight class is for a reason, right? In his mind, he's like, it'll never happen. Nobody's going to pay me a ridiculous amount of money or pay him a ridiculous amount of money to fight me. So don't even ask me that, right? But then the Turk comes along. Then the Turk comes along and starts paying people mad money. And then the Turk likes Crawford, right? What do you say? Like Crawford is like one of his favorite fighters? So then he probably, after talking, yeah, I got the money to do that. Yeah. So he did change his mind. But just because you change your mind, I don't agree, Jason, that is growth. It influenced both of them, brother. It influenced both of them because Canelo did it too. Canelo did it too. Crawford's not exempt. Canelo did it too. I got them both. We have them both on video, on camera, both of them. Basically saying they ain't gonna mess with the other, right? You remember the beef that Turkey had with Canelo? And look. Yeah, with Canelo too. Yeah. And matter of fact, I'm gonna give you this. I think it's a little bit worse with Canelo. I think it's worse with Canelo. Because the Turk kind of threatened Canelo in a way. The same way he did Bivol. And I think people forget about that, bro. People actually forget that this man kind of threatened Canelo. In front of a camera, too. Like, I remember when he said that about Canelo, I was like, there's no way Canelo's going to ever talk to this man. There's no way. Canelo got over $200 million, man. Canelo literally, the man could have stopped fighting such a long time ago. The man's got like, what? How much is it? How much is Canelo Alvarez's net worth? It's ridiculous, bro. I think the man even has his own, somebody said he's got his own electricity company. Like literally, he's got his own electricity or gas or something like that. Okay. 250 million. And we know that's probably not even accurate. But anyway, getting back to Canelo, the man was on camera and said to Canelo, right? Y'all remember when he said, if he knows what's best for him, right? I think he said that. And it was during a Crawford event. It was hold on. Let me see. First, crop this. Yeah. It was during the Crawford versus Madrimov pay-per-view. And I believe that was the pay-per-view where the Turk actually inducted. By the way, I've never seen nobody induct themselves into the Hall of Fame. That is some narcissistic ass shit, by the way. That is the most narcissistic thing I've ever seen in my life. This dude literally stopped the whole event. He stopped the whole event and was like, hey man, I like to congratulate myself. In fact, on a special occasion, I've actually inducted myself into the Hall of Fame. Like that's what he did. But it was that night, I think it was. That night is when they had the microphone and they said to him, they brought up Canelo, and the man said, well, if he knows what's good for him, right? If he knows what's good for him, you remember that, Jason? And then Canelo went on what's the dude's radio station that used to be with Eminem? I don't know if he's still with Eminem or whatever, the Shade 4-5 show. What's his name? What the hell is his name again? The dude with the dreads reminds me of the dude from 8 Mile. Canelo was on a show with him a couple of days after that. Sway, I think it is. And when they asked him about that, he basically was like, oh, well, if he's got the money to pay, then he'll pay, right? But then they were even beefing even after that, because when they asked the Turk about Canelo, right, he started shaming Canelo. He basically said like, oh, well, he didn't answer his phone. I didn't speak to him. I actually spoke to somebody next to him. And then on top of that, the Turk got mad because Canelo said, I don't like the way he does business, right? And the Turk got real offended. That's another thing too. Rich people get so offended. They're so used to getting their way. It's like they're spoiled. You ever notice that with the Turk? The way he talks to people. The way he talked to Bivol. He said to Bivol, Bivol. I swear, bro, that shit is crazy to me, bro. First, he said to Canelo, well, if he knows what's best for him, he'll give me a call. On a pay-per-view. He's like, yeah, if he knows what's best for him, he'll call me. Then Bivol gets the belt, right? And then with David Benavidez, people want to see David Benavidez and Bivol. The Turk don't want that, right? So he wants the third fight with Better Beef and Bivol. So what does he do? He goes on X and says, yeah, Bivol knows, like basically without even talking to Bivol, like, yeah, Bivol knows what to do. Yeah, he knows what to do. Can you imagine that? Imagine you in the mall, or I don't even know if y'all go to the mall. I don't even know if we still got malls, but you're in like a public place with your wife. And somebody asks like your wife, like, hey, would you like something to drink? And he go, She knows what to get. Like, who the fuck is you? That's literally how this man talks, bro. Because he's got all that money. In his mind, he's like, nobody tells me no. I'm the Turk. I have infinite money. You're never going to tell me no. And everyone that's ever talked back to him, this dude tried to destroy. Tim Tszyu. You remember when he had an issue with Tim Tszyu? He damn near, bro, he was going to, I'm glad somebody talked to them, by the way. I'm glad someone like kind of squashed that. Because Tim Tszyu didn't give a fuck. Now, Tank, by the way, just real quick. I used to think that Tank was just being loyal to Al Heyman. Not to get off topic, but I think there's a lot more to it with the Turk. I think Tank looked at the Turk and said, wow, this guy is really actually willing to pay. Right? When you are Canelo or you're Tank or you're one of these guys, and like I said, I don't think these guys are afraid. I'm not saying they're afraid, but we all know the okey doke, right? The okey doke. If Jason says he wants to fight me, right? But I really don't want to fight him, what do? Well, I make it seem like I want to fight him, right? If Jason says, I want to fight Shadow, then I go to Jason. I say, okay, give me 50 million. Jason's like, I ain't 50 million. You know, I ain't paying no 50 million. Okay, then you don't want to fight then. Then I go on X and I'm like, Jason don't want to fight me. I told y'all. He don't want it. That's what they do all the time. Price each other out, right? I think Tank looked at Turk and said, shit, I can't price myself out no more. He really gonna pay it. And instead of hopping on that and getting the bag, I think Tank looked at it like, fuck around, I don't want to get exposed. Then I gotta fight these guys. And I can't, and he actually alluded to that. I'm not saying he alluded that he would lose. But you remember what Tank said in regards to Turki Alashiki and Shakur Stevenson? That's when he said that, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. He said, oh, well, in so many words, I don't want to like quote him, but in so many words, he said, I know the Tank likes Shakur, right? So that tells me I'm not the A side. And if I go over there and fight and I don't knock him out, remember when Tank said that? And I don't knock him out, they're going to give him the fight. And when he said that, I'm like, so you're not going to knock Shakur out? Think about that statement. If I don't knock Shakur out, they're going to give him the fight. Well, bro, if you don't knock Shakur out, you're not winning. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. If you know even a little bit of boxing and you know those two, you know that if Shakur Stevenson fights Gervonta Tank Davis, if Gervonta doesn't knock Shakur out, he loses. That's fucking common sense, bro, because he's not going to outbox Shakur. He's not going to outpoint Shakur. So when Tank said that, oh, well, I know if I don't knock him out, they're going to give him the fight. Motherfucker, if you don't knock him out, that means you lost, okay? Because you're not going to outland Shakur. You're not going to out-jab Shakur. Your output is not that high. So that told me everything I need to know when Tank said that. I think Tank realized, like, oh, shit, the Turk actually is going to pay this money. And maybe he just thought, maybe he just thought like, hey, it's safer for me to do, you know what I mean? Yeah, it happens a lot in boxing too. It happens a lot in boxing. But the difference is in the climate that we have today, right, EQ? If you retire today, there's a safer route. You could just fight a YouTuber, bro. That's what's so great about social media. You could just fight a YouTuber. You don't got to keep actually fighting. Look at Floyd Mayweather. He just puts on all these exhibitions. Now, of course, you got to be known. I mean, you can't be a nobody. But I've even seen fighters that are veterans that don't fight no more, and they fight in these little leagues still. It's kind of sad. But you know who I saw fighting still? You ain't gonna believe me, bro, when I say it. He fought Floyd such a long time ago, bro. I think his name was DeMarcus Chop Corley. And that man was still fighting, bro. Yeah, how would you go about doing that though, Hawker? I'll put the link out for a couple minutes and then I'm gonna shut it down if somebody wants to hop on. But but I think that I think fighting Brian Norman Jr. next for Boots, it's probably the best thing for him. But I like the way he answered that, bro. I like the way he answered that. I expected him to be like, I'm coming for Brian Norman Jr. I want to unify. Blah, blah, blah. I really thought he was gonna do that, bro. But he didn't. I guess he learned from last time. I'm with y'all. I want to see him fight. You know, I would love Boots to move up and fight at 154, bro. 154 is by far. Matter of fact, I haven't seen a weight class like 154 in a long time. It's been years since I've seen something like this. I mean, I don't even remember even when 135 had Tank undefeated and Ryan undefeated and Devin undefeated and all these other guys undefeated. The 135 was still a good division, but even that doesn't even come any close to this, bro. Doesn't come any close to this division, bro. Oh, and another reason why Boots is hard to beat too. He's a gym rat. He's a gym rat, bro. He don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't party. All he does is work out at the gym. So that's another thing. So you got a guy that could fight orthodox, a guy that could fight southpaw, constantly throws the jab. His jab isn't a light jab, it's like a shotgun jab. He goes upstairs, he goes downstairs. He has the ability to throw punches, looping punches around your guard. Then when he goes to the body after a while, if you got a high guard like Stanionis, you start getting tired and you start getting hurt and you start dropping your hands. Once you start dropping your hands, then that's it. It's an open celebration on your face. And then on top of that, in between rounds, the man is standing. The man doesn't get tired. And the man is always in the gym. The man don't drink. The man don't smoke. The man don't party. I mean, if he does party, I mean, what's he going to do? Drink soda? Drink a root beer? I mean, he ain't smoking weed. He ain't drinking alcohol. He ain't doing drugs. I mean, I'm not saying he's unbeatable, because no fighter is unbeatable. And I still do think he needs to fix getting hit clean before you move up to 154, bro. He can't move up. Even before, fuck that. Even before he fights Brian Norman Jr. Even before he fights him. I really think he needs to fix that, bro. He shouldn't be getting hit clean like that. And I look at 154, by the way. So imagine if Boots was fighting at 154. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, yeah, by the way, coming up, of course, you got this fight coming up with Tio and all them in Madison. Yo, I have a feeling, and you know what? I can't believe HOD put that shit in my head, but I hope he's wrong. I hope he's wrong. But HOD brought up a good point in regards to this card on May 2nd. He brought up a good point. I don't know about you guys. Yo, EQ, you're in Jersey still, right? Obviously. It's cold over there, right? It's cold over, because it's cold by me. Okay? And for this time of year, it's cold. So my question is this. HOD had a good point. It's kind of cold right now. I don't know how cold it's going to be on May 2nd, but from my understanding, this fight is outside in Times Square. Janet Beck is dangerous too. Yeah, Janet Beck is dangerous. Hey, you know what makes him so dangerous, Hawker? Not to get off topic, you know what makes him dangerous, Janet Beck? Because a lot of people don't know him. A lot of people don't know him. It's like that Bivol effect. You know what I mean? So crazy how before Bivol fought Canelo, nobody knew who the fuck he was and everything like that. Only the hardcores really knew who he was. But yeah, Janet Beck is a problem. But he's at 160. And I don't see nobody at 160 beating Janet Beck. But yeah, he's good. Andre ran from him. 154 though, with Boots though. Oh wait, I don't want to get off topic. I want to go back to this real quick. So HOD, I brought up a good point yesterday when we were talking. Now I'm concerned. I'm concerned, bro, that we might not get this, bro. And I'm not trying to jinx nothing. It's cold right now by you in Jersey, right? So that's not normal. For where I'm at in Maryland, it's not normal. It's cold, bro. All right? It's cold. And this fight is supposed to be in Times Square, outside. So think about that, right? So when HOD told me that yesterday, he's like, I don't think this fight's going to happen. Yeah, Tycho, it is. And he was like, I don't think this fight's going to happen. I started thinking, I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Because now obviously this is when I was in the military, but I mean, it's not just for the military. People have it. I mean, if you fight in arenas, I figured you'd have it, right? But even when I was in the military, we had like these temporary, call them like a temporary fob, where you ever see those, the wall, you could pull them up, right? You could pull them up. It's not a tent, but it's like a wall almost, right? Like portable walls and shit. Turk got a lot of money, bro. If it's cold, he could just put a cover on that shit, I think, right? But HOD did bring up a good point. It is cold. And they're going to be fighting outside. And think about it. When the main event happens, how cold do you think it's going to be on May 2nd? It's going to be kind of cold, is it not? I know by me, it's colder than it is last year, bro, by a lot. There's no way last year, I don't think I was wearing a hoodie at this time last year. I don't think I was wearing jackets this time last year. It's cold as fuck. And the weather's been atrocious. And this fight is supposed to be outside. And how many, this fight is close too. And another fight that I'm very interested in too is the Eubank and the fight in the UK. I love that fight, bro. I don't know about y'all. I don't care if they're in different weight classes. Conor Benn and Eubank, man, I'm buying that shit. I fucks with that. The history with the fathers and shit like that. I was watching the behind the scenes too. There's a lot of shit that's involved, like not just with the fathers. There's a lot of shit. It's like almost like a reality show almost. There's so much shit that with those two families, bro. They know so much about each other, and there's a lot of other shit involved. That shit had me like, yeah, I want to see the fight just off that alone. Just off that alone. And then there's like the whole conspiracy with Conor Benn, right? With the positive test. I used to think that maybe he did take it, but then I'm watching this and I'm looking at it, right? And I'm like, man, I'm fascinated by this fight. And then Eubank's father, he said this last year too. Eubank's father came out and was like, I don't think Conor Benn took steroids. He says, I think someone in his camp set him up. And when you start looking into it, then he says, who do you think would do that to him? And he says, think about it. Who? And people are like, why would you set your own fighter up? And he's like, why? Okay. Well, if he fights my son and loses and gets knocked out or just loses bad, that's a lot of money they're going to lose, right? Because he's his father's name. And I started thinking about it and I'm like, yo, he's got a point, bro. And his father's like, I know. I know Conor Benn Jr. or whatever. He's like, I don't think he took steroids. I really don't. I don't think he did it. I think somebody in this camp did it. I think they didn't want the fight to happen. And when I think about that, that's kind of crazy if that shit is true. But I think shit like that does happen. Because I know people, first thing they're gonna say is, why would you sabotage your own fighter? Why not? Why not? If you're my fighter, yeah, I'm your promoter. I love you, whatever, this and that. I got your back and everything like that. But if you're undefeated and I think you might lose your next fight, and I'm trying to tell you, like, yo, you don't have to go that way, bro. I got a better way for you. Like, easier opponents. You still got your father's name. Let's build you up, right? But he's a fighter and he's like, no, I could beat these guys. I could beat these guys, right? You can imagine that going on. That shit happens. He's like, no, I could beat these guys. Like, I don't want to live off my father's name. I'm good enough. I can beat these guys. And I could just imagine the promoter like, This fucking kid is being hard-headed, bro. If he loses, that's a lot of money. So I can imagine him like, oh man, I gotta put something in this drink, bro. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to get this kid a false positive or something, or positive to get him out this fight. And when Eubank Sr. said that he believes Conor Benn didn't do it, I'm like, damn. I mean, the op's father doesn't think he did it, bro. It's fucking crazy, bro. The op's father is like, nah, he ain't do it. But that fight's coming up. That's gonna be a good fight. When is that fight, by the way? By the way, man, I'm still impressed by Boots, bro. That was while I'm pulling this up, I'm impressed by Boots, bro. I'm glad they stopped that fight. Stanionis was about to take a real bad punishment, bro. He was about to take a bad beating, bro. He was already gushing blood. His mouth was all like, had blood coming out of his mouth. That jab was tearing him up, upstairs, downstairs. I knew when Stanionis hit the ground, and it wasn't more of him being hurt, by the way. I think it was more of just exhaustion and body shots, bro. That shit. Yeah, yo, I wonder if y'all ever been hit to the liver? I've been punched to the stomach, bro. Hard. I couldn't get up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't get up. That shit took I was suffocated. I was trying to gather my breath and I couldn't. It was like, it's literally, I was suffocating. Look, fucking Amazon, bro. Look at these dudes, bro. Look, every other promotion, right? Every other promotion got a good ass schedule. You go to the zone, look, the zone is packed. That's all the zone, by the way. Look, load more events, right? Well, that's as far as it goes. Look at all that. That's all the zone, right? Let's go to ESPN. Okay, ESPN got three lined up. Okay, how about Pro Box? Pro Box got one, but yet Pro Box just started recently, didn't it? Sky Sports got one. I can't even click on Amazon. Bro. Who? Okay, so we got Caleb Plant. Oh, yeah, this is the Caleb Plant card. See? That right there. Look at that, bro. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Why don't you just put Caleb versus Jamal? Why? Why must you put us through this misery, bro? This is like a punishment. Like there's no reason for this fight card right here. You want to know what usually happens in shit like this? You want to know what usually happens in shit like this? Somebody's gonna end up a fuck around and lose. Watch. Oh well, I got a good idea, guys. Let's put a card together, right? And we'll put Caleb Plant against a low opposition guy, and we'll put Jamal Charlo versus a low opposition guy, right? We'll put them on the same card, and then we'll sell it as, Jamal's gonna fight Caleb. Yeah, that'll be the whole, right? Good idea, guys, right? And then fucking somebody loses, and then what? Just fight, bro. Just have them fight. I don't understand that. I could just see Jamal losing because he hasn't fought in a while. And that's going to be their excuse. Like, well, Jamal hasn't fought. I mean, the last time Jamal fought was David Benavidez' brother, right? Was that his last fight? And that was a catchweight, wasn't it? He didn't look bad, by the way. He didn't look bad. For somebody that was out the ring that long with alcoholism or whatever the hell he's struggling with, getting arrested every other damn day, he didn't look that bad to me. Caleb Plant fought Cumby. or what? No, what's his name? Cumbie or the white dude that came off the trailer park. Bro, I will never forget Cumbie, by the way, bro. I will. Hey, Tycho, you was here. Hey, Tycho, you remember when we were looking at Cumbie at the weigh-in? And this dude came off the trailer park, hopped on the scale, and put dip in his mouth, bro. Straight out the trailer park. He put dip in his mouth, my guy. Yeah, I like Cumbie, bro. I like Cumbie. You remember that though, Tycho, right? We oh my goodness. I stopped the stream, but I think I choked. That shit was funny. Country as hell. Dude stepped on the scale and said, fuck yeah, I'm gonna put dip in my mouth. And and by the way, he gave Caleb Plant some work, bro. He dropped Caleb Plant a couple times, did he not? And by the way, if you go back and look at that fight, I remember when I showed it and they hit me with a copyright. In between rounds on slow motion, you see Caleb Plant. In my opinion, Caleb Plant was knocked out, bro. Caleb Plant was knocked out. He's got his back against the wall on the ropes. And you know, McCombie swinging wild, just bolos, the mad power. And he catches Caleb. Boom. And you can see on the replay, now Caleb's back is against the ropes and McCombie's like this. And the camera, you only see the back. And you see McCombie throw, he hits Plant like boom. Plant kind of like he's out for a sec and leaned on top of McCombie. He leaned on him like this and was out, and McCombie didn't even know. And the ref thought he was just holding. And 3 seconds later, like Plant woke up. He was knocked out, bro. McCombie almost beat that motherfucker, bro. Bro, I love I fucks with T.O., bro, but that's come on, bro. Stop it, bro. Too big. T.O., yeah, nah. You ain't gotta worry. You ain't gotta worry about T.O. saying that anymore. Matter of fact, I can't even say that because T.O. is so damn left field. I don't know, but nah, bro. No. No, you ain't fighting Boots, bro. Fuck out of here. No. Boots is too big. Yo, I'm telling you right now, bro, the combination of this guy, it makes it worse. It makes it worse when you're getting beat up and you're tired and you go to sit down in your stool and you look across and the dude's not even sitting down. He's just chilling on the ropes talking to his father. That's got to be the most demoralizing shit. That's got to be the most demoralizing shit. Even if you won the round. Can you imagine if you won the round in your mind? You're like, yeah, I got that one off. Yeah, I'm tired, but I worked for that one. Oh, let me get a breather. And you sit down and this dude ain't even sitting down. He's just chilling. Talking to the crowd. Yeah. 8 o'clock tomorrow. Y'all be there. Just casual shit. That shit's got to be demoralizing, bro. And he's a gym rat. He don't drink. He don't smoke. Power in both hands. Switch stances. Just got to work on. And he worked on his timing. Remember when I said the other day too, I was like, bro, the only thing that worries me about Boots is his timing. He gets hit flush. I said everything else is great, bro. I said yesterday. I said the first thing he's going to do, start with the jab upstairs, shotgun jab downstairs to the body. He's going to wear him down early. And he throws that jab so much, bro. He throws like he's got to average. Let me look at the punch stats. He's got to average at least 25, 30 jabs a round. And that jab is not a light jab. That's a power jab. But where are the punch stats, bro? CompuBox numbers, right? Okay, hold on. Here we go, right here. Put it right here. Stop sharing. Take this off right here. Hold on. Stop screen right there. Take that. Share screen. CompuBox numbers. Can y'all see that? I need to bring it bigger, right? Hold up. Can y'all see that? Oh, hold on. Let me go to stop and then go right back in because I had to zoom it in. Okay. That should be better now. Yeah, there. That's good enough. Let's go to the jabs, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Look at that, bro. 57 jabs in the first round. 57 jabs, bro. Second round, 39 jabs. Third round, 30 jabs. Fourth round, 31 jabs. Fifth round, 35 jabs. Sixth round, 34 jabs. That is just the jab. We're not talking about a left hook. We're not talking about an uppercut. We're not talking about a right hand. Just the fucking jab. The man is throwing 57 in the first round, 39 in the second round, 30 in the third round, 31 in the fourth round, 35 in the fifth round, 34 in the sixth round. And that's only one punch, and it's the major punch. And he's going upstairs and he's going downstairs, and it's not a light jab, it's a shotgun jab, and he's fucking up your body. And then, like I said, you go in between rounds and you look at the man. He's not even sitting down on the stool. He's up, chilling, talking to his father, leaning on the ropes. That is so demoralizing. It's going to take somebody good to beat him, bro. Especially when, what's my guy said earlier that was in here. And this is a Crawford fan right here. Let me tell you something, Shadow. It's going to take one hell of a welterweight, and I don't think we have one to beat Boots when he's motivated. You damn right. And you know what makes him too? Some of these fighters, I don't like showboating. Me personally, I don't like it. But nonetheless, it comes with the territory. Certain fighters, when they start showboating, that means they're in their mode. I don't like it when T.O. does it. I honestly don't. But when T.O. starts doing that stupid shit where he's dropping his hands and he's like kind of like he's got that bop to him, and that if he's doing that to you, if you ever see T.O. and he's got his hands down and he's like doing this shit, he's doing that to you, he's fucking you up, bro. That means he's beating the fuck out you, bro. That's what that means. That means he's so comfortable at that point, he feels like he could play with you. It's exactly what that means. Because if he wasn't that comfortable, he wouldn't do it. That means you're getting your ass tore up. And when Boots starts playing with you, it's the same way. I just don't like it when none of them do it. I just don't like showboating. And then you got some fighters that do the showboating when I feel like they're getting nervous. So Jaron, Boots, Ennis, T.O., if you ever see these dudes doing showboating, they beating the fuck out you. That's what's happening to you. If I came home from outside, I haven't seen the fight. Somebody's like, yo, Shadow, T.O. or Boots is fighting. I'm like, really? Yeah, put it on. And if I put it on, and as soon as I turn it on, it's round 7. I haven't seen round 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I haven't seen nothing. And I turn it on and I see T.O. like this, playing around. He's beating the fuck out you, bro. I don't gotta see 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's comfortable that he's doing that. He's beating the fuck out you. And the same thing with Boots. I noticed that, in my opinion, I feel like Tank does it when he's like nervous. I know people might not agree with me, but I pay attention to a lot of shit. I know people look at my subscribers and they look at me like, I don't know. I don't give a fuck, bro. I pay attention to a lot of shit, bro. A lot of shit when it comes to fighters. I follow training camps. I follow styles. Go yesterday, look at my live yesterday when I told you what Boots was going to do from round 1. And that's exactly what he did. I said, if he's throwing more than 30 to 35 jabs around, going down upstairs to the body with his jabs, it's going to be a long fucking night. And Tank, when he's nervous, he starts acting a certain way. And I've showed you the video before where Tank is on video, and he said that when he was in the locker room getting his hands wrapped to fight Ryan Garcia, and you could still see it. What's his brother's name? Sean, right? Sean Garcia walks into the dressing room and goes right up to Tank and goes, "You gonna feel it." And Tank looked at him and said, "What?" He said, "You gonna feel it from the first round." He looked right at him. "Yeah, when that bell ring from the first round, you gonna feel it." And Tank went on an interview and literally said, "Yo, that shit got me nervous, bro. That shit got me nervous. It got me nervous." And then I go back and I look at the fight and I see how he's acting, which I think being nervous is good, by the way. I don't think it's a bad thing. Nervous, you're on point. There's a difference between being nervous and scared, but I notice it with him. I feel like when he gets nervous, he starts doing shit like this. He starts, Tank will start, he'll start like talking to you don't even know who he's talking to. Have you ever seen Tank did it? He did it with Rolly. He did it with Frank Martin. It's like he's talking to the fucking announcers or something. He's like, "No, man, shut up," like that. And you like, who you talking? Who the fuck? Sometimes the fighter looking at him like, who are you talking to? And that, to me, I think he's doing that because he's nervous. I think he's nervous. And nothing wrong with that. But he started getting nervous when he was fighting Lamont Roach, to the point where he bit the man on the ear, bro. He bit that man, bro. The similarities to Tank and Mike Tyson is unreal. He bit that man, bro. Anybody that bites somebody in a combat sport, if somebody's biting you, they are beyond frustrated, bro. If I bite you, you're beating you got me all fucked up. If my only game plan is let me take a bite out of this dude's ear right now, yeah, I'm frustrated. Lamont said he didn't even see him bite him. You got to go back and look at the replay, but he did. That replay by the rematch, if I'm correct, the rematch is happening. Shout out to Fight Hub, Fight Hype, or whatever. I believe the rematch is happening. And somebody said, make sure he wears a do-rag, because we don't want him saying that the hair gel got in his eye again. That's a fact. No pomade, what's it? Pomade, hair grease, none of that, bro. You can't have that no more. And what type of man blames his hairdresser? I've never seen that in my life. Yo, she actually defended. Good for this lady, bro. She defended herself. She went on X and was like, he said, "Nah, yo, I got my hair." He said, did he say did? By the way, did he say did? Because Tank already wears a purse and shit. Look, I like Tank. I ain't got nothing against Tank, but this is a fact. He wears a purse. He gets his nails painted, and I think I saw Tio with his nails painted too. That's some weird shit to me. Y'all know I like Tio, but I'm fair down the middle. I think I saw Tio with fucking nails painted. But I saw Tank with his nails painted, with a purse before. And then we got the video of him acting like he's got sugar in his tank. Y'all seen the famous video where he's in the kitchen and he's just dancing like he's got sugar in his tank. Then when he gets his ass whooped, he said, "I got my hair did 2 days ago, and the grease got in my hair." And everybody's jaw just dropped. Like, what the fuck did he just say? And then this, good for her, bro. She gets on X and she's like, "Motherfucker, I did your hair 3 days ago. We was on Monday, and you done cut weight and you was exercising and everything." Yo, you blamed it on a female, bro. Unbelievable. That shit's gonna stick with you forever. And you don't get, now this woman's famous, bro. Everybody wants to get their hair did by her. Everybody. Good. I'm glad she stuck up for herself too. I got my hair did. You could have came up with something better than that, bro. You know, the more that I even think about that, I'm actually like, fuck baffled. I'm like, I'm bamboozled. I gotta use words I normally don't use. Like, that is some crazy ass shit to say, bro. That you got your hair did. You could have said anything, bro. I would have accepted the my you know, dog ate the homework type shit. I would have accepted anything. That's crazy. And what made it even worse is that, you know, I do feel like when he did that, I do feel like he's blaming he's putting the blame on a female. That's what it sounds like to me, because he said she put a lot of grease. So you want us to believe that this girl put so much grease on your damn head that now you don't have an undefeated record? You got a draw on your record now because she put so much grease in your head? That is the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my entire life, bro. And I've heard some crazy ass excuses by fighters, bro. Oh yeah, that she went on X. She said, "How much?" She said, "How much grease do you think I used on your head?" She said, "How much grease do you think I put on your fucking head?" Yeah, I don't know what's up, man. Some of these dudes, bro, they do their nails and shit. I think I saw my guy Teofimo Lopez with his the eyebrows, eyelashes. I mean, hey, bro, maybe it's a new style or something. I don't know. Me personally, I'm never putting no makeup on. I'm not doing my nail. I mean, the manicure, like filing my nails. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You should actually do that. You should get your nails. What is it? A manicure? Yeah, no, you should get that. That's good hygiene. There's nothing wrong with getting that every once in a while. Keep your nails filed. Ain't nobody trying to see your long ass Dracula nails. You ever see dudes with like they haven't filed their nails in like 20 years and the shit is all cruddy and shit? No. Cut your nails, file your nails. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But fucking painting your nails, polishing your nails, doing your eyebrows, bro, that's too far for a man, bro. And then on top of that, you doing that and you about to fight. You about to fight in a brutal ass sport where somebody could die and you pull up rocking a purse, bro. That's so weird to me. I don't even think the women be wearing purses and shit. Did Amanda Serrano and Kato Taylor come in with purses? I don't think they did. Different world, man. It's a different world. Matter of fact, correct me, bro. Is it a purse? What is it called? What do they call it? A handbag? I call that a purse. Let me see. Tank with his purse. Here. What is this, bro? You are supposedly one of the most dangerous men on the planet. You punch people and they go to sleep and you're rocking this. I don't understand. Oh, right here. It's better from this angle. Hold up. Right there. I don't understand it, bro. What is that called? Gervonta Davis in his pink coat. In his pink coat, carries his purse. And he's there's no other way to rock a purse, bro. All right. There is no like, let me rock it the manly way. Now, you better not hold it like that. They're going to think that's a female. No, bro, you got a purse. I don't care if it's around your neck. I don't care if I don't care, bro. And with a pink, it just looks weird to me, all right? I'm not saying he's gay. Just a lot of gay energy. What was the other fighter I thought was a little Blair Cobbs? Remember Tycho? I thought Blair Cobbs was a little fruity, bro. He was saying some questionable things, bro. The way Blair talks, he's got like that weird kind of accent, like, you know, maybe it's just his accent, but he talks kind of gay.
We get on the scale today.
Get it. Get naked. Get naked for me. Take the socks off too. You're gonna have to at least take me on a date.
You can't.
Wow.
Get it. Get it. Get on that scale. Let's get the scale right now. Get him on.
Gay as hell, bro. Then he said something, remember, with the alligator. I think I got that one too, with the alligator boots.
It's the great one. Blair the Flair, the most exciting man in boxing. The limousine riding, the jet flying, the kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. Woo! And I'm having a hard time keeping these alligator boots down.
Yo, these new age fighters, bro. Yo, these new age fighters are weird, bro. I miss the old school. I'm gonna miss Adrian Broner, bro. I'm gonna miss Adrian Broner.
Don't play no games, cause my got guns with them, bro. And me and my nigga, we done already beat bodies, and they still looking for me.
Now that's a real man right there. Oh, and Blair Cobbs was at the fight too. Oh, wait a second. Is Blair Cobbs at 147? Or is he 154 now? That's a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. Hold up. Hold on. Blair, that's a good fight. People sleep on Blair Cobbs. I like Blair Cobbs. And, you know, he says some crazy shit. But he could sell. He's not a bad fighter. I think Boots will beat the fuck out of him, but it's not a bad fight, though. He's dangerous. He's got power. Let me see. What did you say? Yeah, bro. A lot of them are like that, bro. It's a different, bro. It's a different class of fighters, man. They're not this, like, I don't remember fighters doing what some of these kids are. I call them kids. I don't want to call them kids, but I mean, I'm being that ass. Like, some of the shit they do, I get it, bro. You're emotional if you lose a fight, right? You're emotional. I get it. But like this, like shit like this is weird.
I know you wanted that gold medal. You walk away with a silver medal. Can you take any pride in that?
No. I don't like to lose.
Bro, my nephews used to do that. My nephews used to cry like that. He said it's a Food Town bag. They still got Food Town over there? They still got Food Town in Jersey, bro? That's got to be a Jersey thing, bro. Food Town. I remember that shit. And look, hey, I'm gonna go at my own people too. I'm gonna go at my own people. Even the Puerto Rican fighters we have today, it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm not proud of Berlanga. Dude talks more than what he does. And didn't he, after the Canelo fight, say, that's my hero? Didn't he say that's my hero? But then he changed it again and said, no, fuck Canelo. He hits like a pussy. I don't like Berlanga, bro. There's something wrong with him. I remember the moment he did this, I didn't like him to begin with, but even when he was talking like this, I'm like, yeah, this dude barks more than he bites, bro. Saying shit like this.
What Tony Montana said, your eyes don't lie, Chico. You see my eyes right now when you said that.
Just dude's out of his mind. And then on top of that, he fights Canelo, and now he thinks every time somebody fights him, he's the A side, and you got to pay him outlandish amounts of money. First off, bro, you lost. I've never seen a fighter lose and everyone praise him. He's throwing the baseball out, the pitch on the baseball like he beat Canelo, bro. You won maybe one round, and I'm being nice, bro. I don't even think you won one. I gave Canelo every single round, and I don't believe Canelo carries fighters, but he might have carried you, bro. He might have carried you. Because he could have stopped you when he dropped Berlanga. He could have stopped him, bro. He could have stopped him. Matter of fact, I don't even know why Canelo didn't stop him. I hope he didn't carry Berlanga. Because if he did, I think you should have knocked him out. Let him learn, bro. Let him learn. Hey, Edit. Remember when we used to watch the Friday? I got that clip here too. Here, right here. This shit. Remember we would crack up watching this shit.
Now who sent you, nigga? Nobody sent me. Say another motherfucking word, and this shit is over. Where the weed at? I ain't got no weed. Shut. Did I say no? Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else.
That movie had me, oh my God, bro. That movie had me, I couldn't breathe watching that movie, bro. That shit was hilarious, bro. Oh, by the way, real quick, is Blair Cobbs. Is Blair Cobbs in welterweight? Okay, 147. Oh, hey, hold on. Rocha is there. Now, Rocha is the one that beat Blair Cobbs really bad, right? But then didn't Rocha lose? Rocha lost to Brian Norman, right? So that was this fight. That, if I'm correct, right? That's this fight, right? Is that Rocha? Wait, is that, do I have it mixed up? All right, so Rocha beat Blair Cobbs, right? And then Brian Norman did this to Rocha, right? So, yeah, Boots needs to see him, bro. But you still got Rocha. Conor Benn. Conor Benn is still at 147. We got some fights there, bro. Look, hold on a second. We're forgetting Devin Haney is now at 147. And you're right. You're right, Tycho. Tycho, you're right. Tiafimo and Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is now at 147. Ryan Garcia and Boots. People might, if anybody, I give because of that check left hook, but they're all too. I don't care, bro. Boots is big. I think he's too big for Ryan. I think he's too big for Devin. Even Devin. I mean, Devin is big on his own, but Devin got no power really. And Devin. And the problem is with Boots, I don't know if Devin can outbox Boots, right? I mean, think about it. Boots is just as good as boxing as he is knocking you out. And he's going to go to the body with that jab and throw all those jabs. And Tio, I think is a bad idea. I mean, I like Tio, but I think it's a bad idea. But it is what it is. Then you got Ryan Garcia. And you know who do you know who else I think is going to 147? He ain't gonna fight Boots though, but I think he's going to 147 soon, and that's Richardson Hitchens. I think Richardson Hitchens is gonna go. You want to know why I think he's gonna go? Because he's always complaining about the 10 extra pounds that the next morning. He's in the IBF knowing that there's a weight, knowing he's got to weigh in the next day, right? He knows that you're in the IBF, yet he complains every fucking time he does it. None of them. Brian Norman. What you think about Brian Norman, Tycho? That's a good fight. You want to know why I think Brian Norman's a good fight? Brian Norman has a high output. Here. Right? Brian Norman Jr. I think he has a high output. Hold on, let me go back over here, and I'm gonna go to his punch stats in his last fight, because I think his output. If you're gonna beat Boots, bro, I think first off, there's many ways you could beat a fighter. Boots does get hit flush, okay? At the end of the day, he gets hit flush, and I don't care what anybody says. Yes, I'm a Boots fan. Yes, I've always liked Boots, but I'm a realist, bro. You should not be getting hit flush by anybody in this division right here, okay? I don't care who you are. Some of these guys will put you to sleep, bro. So, there's always a good chance that he can get beat by one of them guys. But I feel like if you are going to beat Boots, right, you got to be either A, an insanely exceptional high IQ boxer that utilizes the ring with exceptional defense, and you got to be able to out jab him or at least neutralize his jabs. The ones he's throwing 50 something jabs around, 30 something. You're going to have to neutralize that. That sounds easier said than done, right? So, yeah. But if you're a fighter like that has high IQ, good ring, good defense, is able to neutralize Boots' jab, you got a good chance. You could probably, and you got good stamina, and you are swift and fast too. Yeah, you could probably outpoint him. He's not. Let's make it seem like Stanionis was blocking a lot of those punches. What got to Stanionis was those body shots. And that's the thing. Anybody that fights Boots, he's gonna do that to you, bro. How do you get around that? And now that I think about it, Virgil Ortiz, who I love, fights in a high guard. Virgil Ortiz fights with a high guard. So he would do the same thing. He would start to the body. But the only difference is Virgil Ortiz is not going to stand still like fucking Stanionis and just be stagnant. You're going to run through a barrage of punches with Virgil. Bro, that's such a great fight. Oh, my goodness, bro. Oh, my goodness. Virgil Ortiz and Boots. Oh, my goodness, bro. I don't care what's happening that day. I'm paying for it. I'm not having no plans that day. If that fight ever happens, bro, make sure I'm using the bathroom before the bell rings, bro. I'm not going nowhere. That is a fireworks highlight reel of a fight. And it's going to suck for me. I don't even know if I would go live doing that because I like both of them so much. So I don't even know who I'd go for. I'd probably have a heart attack calling that fight. So, but that's a good fight, man. And, but yeah, somebody like that. Somebody that has insane pressure could give Boots problem. Now, not wasted pressure. Not like a Brandon Figueroa or a Jared Hurd, because to me, that's wasted pressure. Those dudes just throw punches just to throw them. They're not even that accurate. They're just trying to overwhelm you. That's not going to work against Boots. But if you're somebody like a David Benavidez, smart pressure, accurate with your punches, and you stay right in front of him, the problem is you stand in front of Boots, there's a lot of firepower coming. You notice every single time Stanionis landed a good, every single time Stanionis landed a good shot and went like this, like, come on, and came forward, he got fucked up. Every time. Every time he landed a good shot and thought in his mind, oh, I can move forward now. I can move forward. Boots was like right there. Boots is like, and Boots says it in the interviews a lot too. Boots is like, yeah, I could box, but to be honest with you, you see, he said it like 10 times. He's like, man, I love, I love to, but I love to bang it out though. If a dude gonna stand right there in front of me, that's how you know him and Virgil would be a banger, bro. And you want to know why else that fight would be so good? Because they're both so damn stubborn. They're so damn stubborn. I guarantee you, in both of their minds, they're going to be like, I'm not backing up. No, I'm not backing up. No, I'm not backing up. No, I'm not backing up. So it's going to be whoever fucking gets knocked out first. But if you have good pressure like a David Benavidez, that would pose a problem for Boots, but you'd have to be accurate. Brian Norman Jr. in his last fight, I don't know about his output. Let me see something. Okay. Brian Norman Jr. in his last fight. Let's look at his punch stats now. All right, let's take a look at his punch stats. And matter of fact, let's put it next to Boots, bro. Let's put it next to Boots, right? So Boots' punch stats. Okay. So Boots punch stats, right? Let me go over here first. Okay, mind you, I don't know if that's a good fight because Brian Norman knocked him out in 3 rounds. But still, let's look at it anyway. He knocked him out in 3 rounds. He made short work of him. Like they say, you don't get paid for overtime, right? Okay, so let's look at Brian Norman Jr., the other champion. Round 1 in total punches, 27. Round 2, 31. Round 3, 33. Bro, Boots throws more jabs than you do the whole round. Just jabs alone, Boots is out throwing you. Let me see his last fight, though. That's probably a bad fight. I'm going to be fair. And I'm going to pick a fight where the last fight, Brian Norman went 12. Who was that against? Let me see. Who's the last fighter Brian Norman Jr. went 12 against? Okay, how about this fight? Oh, wait, that wasn't Rocha. That was Santillan, right? Yeah, it was. Santillan beat Rocha. Okay, that's right. So that's right. Rocha beat Blair Cobbs, remember? He knocked out Blair Cobbs. Then Rocha got beat by Santillan. Right? Then Brian Norman fought Santillan and did this to him. So let's go to the Santillan fight. Because this was probably probably the highlight of the year knockout. Like, of all the knockouts in that year, was that 24 or 25? When did they fight? That was last year. But that was that was on the list of knockouts of the year, right? So, and that was a great showing, I remember. Both of them were landing punch. Let's use that. Let's look at those punch stats. Can y'all see it that way? I could see it. I could see it. Okay. Jabs. He threw 8 jabs in the first round and 28 power punches. So I'm gonna just go to his power punches. Oh, wait, that's Santillion. I'm sorry. Brian Norman Jr. First round, 44 punches. Second round, 67 punches. Third round, 53. Fourth round, 65. Fifth round, 56. Sixth round, 68. Seventh round, 61. Eighth round, 69. Ninth round, 44. 10th round, 28. So Brian Norman Jr. has a high output, bro. You need that. That's good. Think about it, bro. He's a welterweight. Right? So let me make sure I'm looking at this again. Yeah, so Brian Norman Jr., 44 in the first round, 67 punches in the second round, third round 53, fourth round 65, fifth round 56, sixth round 68, seventh round 61, eighth round 69. So he's able to actually increase his punch output as the fight goes on. And Brian Norman Jr.'s got heart, determination, and a chin. That's a good fight. Now, the only problem is I got Boots stopping him if he's going to the body. I don't care who you are, bro. You keep getting hit with them body jabs, them shotgun jabs. It didn't take long for Stanionis to drop his guard, bro. When he goes to the body like that, and matter of fact, Jaron Boots, he didn't even have to switch stances that much. He started out in southpaw and he went to orthodox a couple times. He didn't really have to do all type of crazy shit. He just went to the body and jabbed. And when he did get caught, and he did get caught, and Stanionis tried to come forward and try to bully him, he stood his ground and bullied him right back. The problem is with Brian Norman Jr., that's going to be bully, 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 just like Virgil Ortiz, bully, 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 bully. That's why those fights are exciting. But yeah, man, I just don't think, as much as I mean, that's the best fight to make. But like I said, I don't think he could beat him. It's just too much, too many weapons. Too many weapons. He's got power in both hands. He's a switch hitter. He doesn't rest in between rounds. He's standing up, talking to his pops. I'm telling you, that's so demoralizing, bro. When you're tired and you sit down and the other man's not even in the chair. That alone is fucking mind games right there. Great shape. Kid don't drink. Kid don't smoke. And he can fight going backwards. Even if he's going backwards and turning, he'll throw an uppercut out of nowhere. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons. He's got a good chin. The only thing he needs to work on is just getting caught flush. And he did work on his defense, bro. He did work on his defense. I still think he's going to get a lot of criticism because, like I said, I've been a Boots fan for a long time. And for the longest, years ago, when I would talk about Boots, the first time people would come in here and be like, he hasn't beat nobody. He's a fucking, the eye test doesn't matter. So they're still going to do that, even though he beat Stanionis. Because you know what they're going to do now? And I've been in this community long enough. They're going to shit on Stanionis now. They're going to be like, Stanionis was never that good. That's what people do. They're going to be like, Stanionis was never that good, though. Then they're going to start playing this game. Who did Stanionis beat, right? Like, because we could do this with anybody. We could do this with anybody. All right? I already said, even Floyd Mayweather, Canelo, even my guy Tito Trinidad. The first 5 guys, they fought, they were, you didn't know who they were. Everybody started from somewhere. Nobody just came into boxing and was fighting the champions, bro. But that's what people do. They don't want to give credit. So now what they're going to do is they're going to start trashing Stanionis. Bro, I could pull up years ago when I'm on my live talking about Boots and dudes coming up in here telling me I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at and this and that. And a lot of it had to do with they liked Earl, they liked Crawford. But see, it's very easy for me to like many fighters. Look, I like T.O. and I like Boots, but I think it's a bad idea for T.O. to fight Boots. You crazy? No. No. Too big. Crazy? Just like I don't think it's a good idea for Crawford to fight Canelo. They're going to do that anyway. Even the upcoming fight with Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, the big issue that Eubank's father has had is, his son is bigger and they tried to, make his son lose a lot of weight. And so I think now they fixed it or whatever, but there's a weight size difference there too. But that's what most people are going to do. You know how this community is when you got people that will, with what they do to Crawford and what they do to Canelo, you guys already know what's going to happen. They're not going to give, they're going to probably start tearing down I'm talking about it. They don't like Boots. That's all I'm saying. Just like the people that don't like Crawford. Oh, look, yeah, he fought 140, but who did he beat at 140? Yeah, who did he beat? Right? Oh, Canelo. Yeah, he fought at 168, but he fought a whole bunch of guys from the UK. They're white. Look at their skin color. They're white. That's the shit they do here. That's what they do here. Just give the man his props, bro. It's the best fight. It's the best fight to make at 147, Leo. Who else we gonna put there? Blair Cobbs? I would like to see that though. Blair Cobbs? I think promotion wise, Blair Cobbs. And there's history there, bro. There's history with Brian Norman Jr. and Boots. So and by the way, he needs to fight. He needs to fight him to become undisputed anyway, Leo. So I mean, you know what I mean? I know people might think, oh, it might be pointless, but think about it. The only reason why he says he stayed at 147 is because he wanted to be undisputed. I don't blame him. He wants to be undisputed or unified or whatever, right? Fine. But it's either you stay here and fight Brian Norman Jr. and get the rest of the belts, right? It's either you do that or you move up to the most dangerous division in boxing. I love that division, bro. And by the way, one day we will get Virgil Ortiz and Boots, bro. One day. What makes that fight so bad is they both get hit clean. But see, look at it. Virgil's got the high guard, right? So Boots is going to do the same thing. Start off, he's gonna get Virgil to drop that high guard. That's what he's going to do. Just like what Boots does with everybody. Smart thing. I'm telling you, bro, that jab to the body is like a shotgun, bro. You're going to have to find somebody who's using like the Philly shell. Something like that, maybe. If you get a good defensive, like a Devin Haney's got good defense with that. T.O. uses that. You're going to have to use that against Boots, bro. You're going to have to keep your body covered and use your shoulder up here. The problem with that is the motherfucker could switch stances. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to fight to beat Boots. You're going to have to incorporate the shell, bro, because he's going to, if you got that high guard, he's going to do it every single time, bro. The motherfucker throws is unbelievable. 57 jabs in round one. That's no other punch. That's not a hook. That's not an uppercut. That's nothing. That's just a jab. 57 in round 1, 39 jabs in round 2, 30 jabs in round 3, 31 jabs in round 4, 35 jabs in round 5, 34 jabs in round 6. Total punches, 79 punches in round 1, 81 punches in round 2, 67 punches in round 3, 60 punches in round 4, 68 punches in round 5, 69 punches in round 6. Half of them are power jabs. Half. And he's going to the body. So you need to incorporate, I think, the Philly shell would be good. But like I said, the problem is he could switch stances. And I don't care what anybody says, bro. It's round 6, it's round 7. You're dying. You're getting to the corner. You just want some water and you look over and this dude ain't even sitting on the stool, bro. That's got to kill you, bro. Every time. I know De La Hoya used to do that shit. Try to do that shit. Who used to do that shit? De La Hoya. A couple people used to do that shit. Canelo, right? Does Canelo still do that, by the way? Does Canelo still stand in between rounds? Did he do it with Berlanga? But yeah, it's a demoralizing thing as well as it's conditioning. You know, there's a thought behind there that when you sit down, yeah, you're resting, but even if it's a minute, you're sitting down. So it's like your body starts like turning off that mode. It's like it's starting to repair itself and shit. And then when you get up, you might feel sluggish. So, and I remember somebody saying that the reason why they would have their fighters standing between rounds is not only because of that, because standing keeps the blood flowing and it doesn't give the body still thinks, okay, we're still up, but you're still resting. You're on your feet. And then on top of that is demoralizing to your opponent. So you got a dude that just throws nonstop punches, power jabs, lefty, righty, uppercut, get fight going backwards, got a good chin, big as hell for the division, doesn't sit down in his stool in between rounds, and is not afraid to bang it out with you, bro. In fact, he prefers you bang it out with him. Boots is a problem. Give a fuck what you say. It's going to take someone like a person that is defensively, very good defensively sound, or someone that got balls of steel that's going to sit there and hurt this motherfucker back like a Virgil or Bakram. Something like that, bro. Or wait for Father Time to get him. Good luck with that. Because the dude is always in the gym. Don't drink, don't smoke, no nothing. Good luck with that, bro. Yeah, no. You know what it is, brother? It's you know what it is? I really do like T.O., man. And Boots. Like I said, if you go back to my first videos and lives, like I had this habit of just always saying my favorite fighters are Boots, T.O., and I said Chris Colbert, in a way, Virgil Ortiz. I'd always name off my favorite fighters, but go back years ago. Like those were my favorite fighters, and they used to attack me when I would talk about Boots, right? I remember I was on another channel. Was it H Money? It was a long time ago. But the Latinos called me a Uncle Tom and a traitor because we were talking about Boots and Virgil. And I said that was the topic. And I was like, hey, I like them both, but I like Boots. And I think Boots beats Virgil. That was back then. Oh, man, you should have seen what they said to me. Now over time, I feel like they're in a different division, but Boots is big and it's gonna happen. But I feel like Virgil has some good experience, bro, and I feel like he has smart pressure. But he's got that high guard. I think anybody with a high guard is somewhat food for Boots, bro. If you have a high guard, You're like food to him. But Tio, I don't want to see Tio get hurt, bro. As much shit as he talks. Boots is huge, bro. You know, Tio's not that small. You know, he's not that small. There's a picture of Tio's. Oh, wait. Here it is right here. Hold up. How am I doing here? What did I do here? Oh, let me just find the other one. There it is right there. He's kind of big and wide. Like he's but still Boots would be too big for T.O., man. I hope people see why people wanted him to fight Crawford. But like I said, going back to Crawford, I used to think, bro, you know, we were talking about changing our minds and stuff, right? Earlier, we were talking about changing our minds. Somebody was on here and was like, you know, people got a right to change their minds. And I agree. I agree. I used to think that Crawford was ducking Boots. I used to think that, but looking back at things, I realized that's not what he was doing. That's not what he was doing. He's on the tail end of his career. He wants to get a bag. He deserves it. And it's like Floyd said, man. Like, I'm not gonna let these young guys beat up on me for fucking no money. I mean, when you get to that point, you've earned the right to make cake, make dough, bro, make bread. Crawford's always been responsible, and even business-wise too. I've always liked that about Crawford. He's about his business first. So I used to always say he was ducking Boots because I've always been a Boots fan. And I didn't like the few Crawford fans that would come up in here and always used to talk shit to me. They'd be like, man, he beats him in 3 rounds and you going off the eye test. And I'm like, well, motherfucker, he's got to fight somebody. Like, everyone's an eye test until they fight somebody, right? That's what I would tell them. They'd be like, Shadow, you're just dick riding off of, yeah, he looks flashy, but look who it's against. I'm like, so then fight the motherfucker then. So fight him. Give him a shot. You got to start somewhere, right? That's what I would say to them. But I think he looked at Boots and was like, bro, it's not that he's scared. I think he looked at Boots like he doesn't sell. He doesn't sell. I want big fights. I want big money fights. And the only thing is, this is where, for the people that don't like Turkey, this is where he comes into play. I know a lot of people don't like Turkey, but think about it. If there's fight, he does have enough money to make a Canelo and Benavidez happen, or a Crawford and Boots happen. He does have enough money to do that. In fact, we were talking about it before. Somebody came up in here and was like, Crawford is allowed to change his mind, because I brought up the whole, you know, you go back a couple years ago and people mentioned Canelo, and Crawford kind of looked at him like they were crazy. It was like, oh, well, why are you mentioning him? He's in a different wake up. But then now, fast forward, you got a dude that's willing to fucking throw up hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, anybody looks like you ready to fight them now. I'll fight Canelo. I won't last around, but I'll fight Canelo with Turkey's money. This is where the Turk comes in, because Crawford used to say he wouldn't fight people like Boots because they're not a name and they don't sell. Well, who cares? You don't got to worry about that now, right? You don't got to worry about none of that. That's why these promoters love Turkey. They love Turkey. I don't got to come out of pocket. All I got to do is bring my fighter there. He pays me. He pays my fighter. He takes care of the arena. He takes care of the hotel. He takes care of my fucking popcorn, my beer, and everything. I'm like, you got to do nothing. You just got to show up. But the flip side to that, you got to get fights that he wants. If he leaves, then, people going to be so used to getting paid like that. The dude's a narcissist, puts himself in the Hall of Fame. If you even say something wrong, he's open-endedly threatening people. He threatened Canelo. He threatened Bivol. Yeah, they know what to do. If they know what's best for them, they'll call me. If Bivol knows what's best for him, I don't got to talk to Bivol. Bivol know what to do. He a good boy. Oh, Canelo, if he knows what's best for him. And I didn't, and I know it's for money, but to me, I think that I got to call it how it is. I think it looked weak on Canelo for doing that. You sat there. You complained about the man. You said you didn't like his business, right? But money talks. Money talks. Just like Crawford said he'll never fight Canelo. Now he's like, oh, hell yeah. He's not that big. Couple $100 million. He's not that big. I was joking. Yeah, people don't like him, EQ, but I mean, what are you gonna do? You got to deal with the positives of it, though. There are positives, EQ. I get it. A lot of people don't like the Turk. A lot of people don't. I get it, bro. I'm not here to tell you whether you should or not, but I am gonna tell you that we got Usyk and Fury because of him. We got Bivol and Better Beef because of him. We got Jared Anderson and Bacoli and weird ass fights like that because of him. We had Adames and Shiraz because of him. We had a lot of undefeated fighters fight undefeated fighters. We had a lot of fighters that normally wouldn't fight each other because they would use the excuse, he's on the other side of the street. He's in a different promotion. Oh, he's not in my sanctioning body. Like, all the fucking normal excuses that we always hear. Oh, why ain't these guys going to fight? Oh, that promoter doesn't like that promoter, and he's in the WBA, and he's in the IBF, and he doesn't really want to fight him because if he fights him in the IBF, then he's got to follow the IBF rules. He doesn't want to weigh in the next day and be under the 10-pound weight limit. All the fucking excuses people use. Well, you ain't got to do none of that with this motherfucker, bro. None of that. His money's so long, he just bypasses everything. It's like a cheat code. So I just try to look at the positives of that. But yeah, I understand when you say fuck them. I understand. I feel the same way about the Dana White and him starting a boxing thing. That's personally me how I feel. I love boxing. My heart is in boxing. I got nothing against the UFC, but I fucks with boxing, bro. When the whole Fury thing happened with Ngannou, and the UFC was coming here and attacking our sport because Tyson Fury's goofy ass got dropped, and people were like, we're better than boxing, right? Tycho will tell you you know what? I miss those weeks, man. Them fucking UFC dudes were showing up here every day trying to talk shit to me. I love boxing first, and at the end of the day, I am on the same boat a little bit when it comes to the Turk, when people say fuck them, because I'm just looking at the long term, though. I'm not looking at the short term. I'm looking at the long term. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of positive things to it, but at the end of the day, you don't want everybody getting comfortable being overpaid. People are overpaid as it is. And like I said, what happens one day when this dude wakes up and says, I don't want to do this no more, or he dies or something happens? You see what I'm saying? You definitely don't want that happening if he's with Dana White in another league. I don't think that'll work anyway because of the promoters. But anyway, getting back to that EQ, I like the Turk for the things that he does give us, bro. Look, EQ, the Turk, You're a Ryan Garcia fan, right? Look at what the Turk is giving us on May 2nd, bro. Good. It's a fire card. It's a good card, bro. And he's gonna take care of the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia rematch. He's gonna take care of that. Hopefully T.O. wins and T.O. gets in that. And I just think that with his money being that long, he could make fights happen that we normally. The one thing I don't like is, like I said, I don't like the fact that he's so rich that he always got to get his way. I don't like the fact that he makes open-ended threats on camera. Oh, if he knows what's best for him. Bivol knows what to do. Like, those are threats, bro. Those are open-ended threats. And you're fucking up fights because you are sensitive and don't like it when somebody says no to you, or how dare you disagree with me because I got billions of dollars. That's how the dude acts, bro. How dare you say that? How dare you not like what I like? That's how he is, bro. That's why I got mad at Canelo as a fan. You stood firm and you said, fuck you, bro. I got my own money. I got $200 million. You ain't going to talk to me like that. I don't like your business. Fucking, now look at it. Money talk, man. Even with Canelo. I just wanted Canelo to stand firm. Because if nobody stands firm against this guy, somebody has to stand firm against him. If nobody stands up to this guy, he's going to keep doing whatever he wants to do. Somebody's got to be like, no, Turk, you can't buy me, bro. Fuck that. You can't buy me. You can't threaten me. You can't alter me with none of your money, bro. I stand on my own too. Nobody's been able to do that yet. Because he just throws infinite money at them, bro. Bro, you know what? I'm saying that. Let him throw money my way. You'll see my next stream like Turk is the greatest man on earth. Turkey is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the human race. That's how I'll be talking if he threw some M's at me. But yeah, man. Boots is gonna be hard to beat. I'll tell you what, before I get out of here, I pray that HOD, when he brought that up yesterday, because he did have a good point. It is cold by me. The weather is cold. I hope nothing happens on May 2nd, bro. Because it's supposed to be outside. But like I said, that should be an easy fix, bro. Should be an easy fix. Just, I don't know, put some walls up or a tent or something like that. If it's too cold. Because they are going to be fighting at night. And the temperature is going to drop if they're in Times Square. And I just don't want that card to get canceled because that is the gateway between. I don't want nothing to mess up the Devin Haney Ryan Garcia rematch. Yeah, before I get out of here, let me touch on that real quick. I don't want nothing to mess that up. I'm going for Devin. I hope Devin knocks out Ramirez. I hope Ryan Garcia just starches Rolly Ramirez. Rolly Romero. I hope he does. I hope it's not even close. I hope both of them outperform Tio, my guy Tio. I don't care. I want them to just dominate. And then I want the rematch to happen in a weight class where both of them are fine. The other one isn't struggling. Drug testing, whatever. And run the shit back so people can shut the fuck up. That's what I want. And not only that, but it was a great fight. Those knockdowns are forever on my PC. They're never leaving. The Haney pack. Oh yeah, Tycho's here. I'll play the Haney pack for him.
Haney pack, nigga. Haney pack, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, Haney pack. Yo.
To get overconfident. Big left hand by Garcia.
Outback.
Oh, left hand. And down goes Devin Haney. That left hook is lethal.
As frequently as it needs to happen.
Oh, and he's got it locked again. And down for a second time. Oh! Will the third time be the charm? 5, 6.
And that's another thing too, you know. I don't know how Devin's gonna perform. I hope he beats Jose Ramirez, bro. But I've been watching a couple people, and of course, people have their opinions or whatever, right? But you know, I've been watching people saying, these guys don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, he took an ass whooping and he got up. Why are you guys acting like? Like it's gonna affect them? Like. Plenty of fighters lose and and plenty of fighters have gotten their ass whooped and was never the same again, too. All right? Come on, bro. History repeats itself. Fernando Vargas, to me, was never the same after he got knocked out. I'm using just Trinidad. William Joppy wasn't the same. David Reed was never the same. Roy Jones, once he got knocked out, was never the same. Shit. Even Mike Tyson, when he got knocked out, was never the same. It fucks with you. Because number one, you can't train your chin, bro. You could do it. The closest thing I've ever seen is what Floyd did. You take the little weights and you go like this and you make your neck stronger, but that still doesn't train how your brain hits your skull, bro. You can't train that. It just happens. You either got a chin or you don't got it. And even if you do got a chin, look at Manny Pacquiao, one of the best chins I've ever seen. He's been knocked out a few times, bro. Sometimes you're not the same, which, by the way, Manny Pacquiao's a freak of nature. When he got knocked out, I thought he was dead. The man didn't move for almost a half an hour, bro. It was scary. If you remember, they didn't even want to move Pacquiao. When he got knocked out, when he hit the floor face first, they didn't even want to touch him just in case something was really wrong with him. And he wasn't moving. He literally was sleeping, just like Chris Colbert was sleeping. Shit like that, bro. Not many people come back, and yeah, Devin wasn't knocked out like that, but Devin took a lot of hard shots, bro. From Ryan Garcia, and you could call Ryan Garcia, all you motherfuckers out there, you could call him an Instagram, pretty boy model, TikTok. Go ahead. Say whatever you want to say about him, bro. Say whatever you want to say about him. He's got one of the fastest check left hooks I've ever seen in my life. Talk shit about him. He catch you with that, your ass is dizzy. You're going to get a migraine real quick, bro. I don't care how, yeah, he's a goofball, whatever. That don't change nothing. Devin took a lot of punishment, bro. And I hope it doesn't affect him. I hope he destroys Jose Ramirez, bro. I'm going for Devin that night. I'm going for Ryan that night. And I'm going for Tio that night. All the main dudes in that card, all the main dudes, I'm going for them. Y'all saw DJ Khaled's wife working out and she got mad because DJ Khaled is always like, you know, trying to talk motivation and shit.
We got to say. Come on, let's go. You can do it. All that talk you talk, let's do it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I ain't like you. I don't need you in the background.
Yo,
talking
chill.
For me to work out.
Chill, man.
I need to work out without you talking. Go
Shit,
somewhere.
come.
I couldn't imagine living with that dude, bro. Just constantly. More to shut the fuck up. Anyway, let me see what the comments say. I mean, Jose Ramirez is. I don't. First off, have you seen what the shape the guy looks, bro? The dude looks in remarkable shape. Crazy, actually, because he's usually got that type of. He's usually built like he's not a muscular person. He's like just like he's like a Fernando Vargas in it. Not the Fernando Vargas that fought Oscar De La Hoya with steroids. He's like a regular Fernando Vargas. He's like kind of chubby, like not chubby, but you know what I mean, bro. He's not really muscular. Well, the recent picture of Jose Ramirez, that dude looks in incredible shape. But like I said, that doesn't mean anything. So I'm going for Devin. I hope Devin whitewashes him. I hope Ryan doesn't get caught by Rolly. I hope he just starches Rolly. And I hope Tio runs over Barboza, bro. And congratulations to Stanionis. I know he's having a baby. Maybe his baby will know kung fu.
Fuck it, I'm taking the baby. I'm taking it. Come on, baby. Baby knows kung fu. What? I got the baby.
So, wait. Hold on a second. Oh, I thought I saw breaking boxing news. Okay, no. All right, man. Before I get out of here, does anybody have anything to say, bro? It was a good night. My guy Raymond Ford. I like Raymond Ford. I think he's doing good. 130. Who can beat him at 130? Did they say who he was going to be fighting? His next fight? I think the dude that hits real hard. What's his name? Is it Nunez? I want to see that. Hold on, let me see. Raymond Ford has came a long way too, bro. Perfect example of staying in the gym. Let me see. Shout out to Jersey, man. Raymond Ford, bro. Yeah, Nunez. They're talking about him fighting Nunez. Let's not forget that Lamont Roach is still at 130. That's right. And Lamont Roach got the rematch with Tank too, right? Yeah. Didn't they show that? He's already in camp for Lamont, isn't he? Okay. Well, we'll see what happens there. I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed night or blessed morning.